I think we're live. We live, everyone. Yes, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new stream. And that is right, we are live on this beautiful November 12th, 2024. I hope everyone's having a phenomenal day, night, afternoon, midnight, wherever you are in the world. I'm starting a great day myself. And of course, we are joined by Real Texan and Mr. David McCormick, or Big Village, or Small Village Poll, I should say.
Yeah.
What's up?
Also, the former British Columbia governor died, John
Wow.
Horgan. So
That's so, like, thank you. That's such a random thing. Like, thank you. Okay, he died. Why is this important?
okay, I'm in a Canadian politics Discord. Okay, and someone just posted that, so I thought I would say
the former British Columbian
rest in
governor.
peace.
It's such like a, I'm not gonna lie, kind of like a worthless thing. Like, oh yeah, this guy died. It's like, we don't even know who this guy is. Who is he?
No, just say rip. Just rip. He was the
Sure.
former leader of
Former,
British
like what, the
Columbia.
former governor of British Columbia or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
now,
a member of the New Democratic Party, but he was still a governor. So
Okay.
we don't like people dying. So
all right, now before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, these are all great ways to support the daily content, but enough of the promotional stuff. Also, if you have any super chats, more questions, or whatever, send them via super chat via the chat. Again, I'll read through as much chat as possible, but usually super chat's the best way your questions answered. And already,
you need to support rap.
yeah, that's real. All right, let's get into it. So, we can now confirm that Republicans have retained control of the House. It's official, no more BS, it's over, we got the House. And I decided, you know what, we gotta talk about the future of this majority. Because there's a lot of stuff going on, there's a fight behind the closed doors about the speakership again. I can't believe we're doing this yet again, but we gotta talk about 2026, and yeah, there's a lot to get to. And K-Cub for 5, dumb question, no Trump on the ballot after 2024 will hurt the GOP, but does that energize the Democrat base then, or not really, because no orange man to stop? Well, that's the thing we gotta talk about. What are the Republican Party gonna do after Trump? Like, this is an actual concern that a lot of people do have. And I think we gotta start talking about it because, well, I mean, this is a second term. And I know it doesn't start till January, but we gotta start planning ahead. Like, what are we gonna do after Trump? After he eventually goes away, you know, what do we do? If you're a Republican
We need to
Party,
get Sarah McBride to switch parties,
Oh,
become a
gosh.
Republican, so then we can get the identity politics. We can
Real.
become the pro-trans party and stand up to the transphobes like Tom Swazi and
Oh
them.
gosh. It's Princess Rider for 2. John Ratcliffe as CIA director is a big W. Yeah, I just pulled this up, and yeah, John Ratcliffe is the new CIA director. So that's a huge
Yeah.
W. That's
I have
huge.
a feeling. I have a feeling that I think RFK and Tulsi are probably going to serve as czars, not actually be in the cabinet.
Yeah, they're gonna be like indirectly in charge of things though.
Because I think Trump probably doesn't trust them enough to have cabinet positions since they
Yeah,
are
for
recent
now.
converts. But at the same time, I mean, also the Senate probably wouldn't confirm either of them.
Oh, probably
I
not.
mean,
No.
Tulsi's too dovish for the Senate, which half of them probably still want to nuke Moscow and Iran and all that.
And RFK as well. Anyways, Dustin Carter for 2. Thoughts on Alaska seat and Maine 2nd, shocked about Colorado 8th. Yeah, so Colorado 8th is I think the big surprise of the night. I think that came out of nowhere. Like, I knew it was gonna be a little bit closer because the third parties, I believe, endorsed Evans. But the fact that it actually flipped is just hilarious.
You think that was the big surprise of the night?
That's one of the biggest surprises. What was yours?
Mike Garcia losing.
That's okay, that's another one. Yeah, Garcia went down. F the chat for Garcia. Of all years, he went down this time. And I know that's against George Whiteside, but still. Like, of all the years go down, he loses when Trump does the best.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't know, man. It's
just poetic. And I'm curious, did Trump actually win that district or no? I'm assuming not, but
I'm probably not. It's still very blue. I think it went for Biden by like 12. It definitely moved right. I think it is a fairly Hispanic district. I would say Trump probably lost it by like, I don't know, mid to high single digits.
yeah. American Nerd for 5, Rap, can you explain to us why Trump picked Noam for Homeland Security? Is it to make our enemies afraid of her because she offed her dog? Well, we don't know for sure if that's real. Like, this is a big problem we have. These people we don't know. That's just a rumor by the New York Post, I believe.
Basically, they know a guy who knows a guy
Yeah,
who
it's one of
says
those
that
things.
this happened, and it's possible that he should
Trump's
know.
former staffer's dog walker said he heard about gnomes. So
Yeah,
they
that's
went with
basically
that.
what it comes from. So yeah, we don't know if that's going to be real or not. Again, if you're going to put her in a cabinet position, make her like interior or something, not that. Superior Carolina for 2. I don't get hyped. I don't get the hype for Tulsi. I don't trust her. Well, because she's one of the few Democrats that actually have a brain. So
No, she should be in like something foreign policy related.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We're not telling her to like lead the party. I'm just saying that because that's something she's consistently been good at. Also, like the whole Tulsi thing, like you really want to go back. If anything, she grifted to join the Dems because she was like a big defender of her father, who was super conservative, and then she only really got very liberal to get into Congress because she was in Hawaii, obviously. So if anything, she kind of grifted to become a Democrat and is now just going back to her original beliefs. And even when she was in Congress, she was one of the few to vote against the Trump impeachment, or she voted present. But
yeah, she
like,
voted president.
she was one of like 3 Democrats who didn't vote to impeach Trump.
Yeah,
So
so she's actually decent, like especially foreign policy. That's her. That's where she's really good on. But I can understand why some people don't trust her. But you know, I think you might as well take the chance. Why not? All right, Superior.
She might also be a little too dovish for Trump's taste as well.
Maybe.
Because Trump probably is still somewhat hawkish on foreign policy. But
Well,
at the same
you know,
time,
Trump's foreign policy. People have this weird like.
I don't think Trump has a foreign policy. It's just kind of what whoever's around him, he kind of repeats. Like he'll do the populist kind of thing where he's like, "I'm anti-war," but then he really doesn't like have a plan for foreign policy.
Well,
I just don't think he cares that much about it.
No,
His
I
thing
think
has always been trade. That's the
I know,
stuff
but
he cares
the
about.
thing with Trump is he's actually smart with foreign policy. That's the thing with him. It's like you don't know what you're getting with him. Like he's not someone that's gonna say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna nuke Moscow tomorrow." It's like no, but at the same time, you don't really know what he's gonna do. So he's just smart with foreign policy. That's why people like him when it comes to that. Princess Rider for 5. I reached out regarding Noam, and from my understanding, HHS will be led by Homan no matter what, who the secretary is. So it could just be a public face. Yeah, it could be. That's what I thought about. Like, maybe they just put Noam there as a public face of the HHS or something. Well, Homan's actually running the show. I could see that.
As long as Trump doesn't put Al Carbo in charge of foreign policy, I'm good with it.
gosh.
Hi, Al Carbo, if you're watching, by the way.
Dustin Carter for 2. Alaska seat of Maine second. Also, ranked choice voting done in Alaska. So yeah, Maine second. There's gonna be a bunch of recounts and stuff. We don't know. Like I think
Alaska is not expected to be called by Thanksgiving.
Oh my gosh, that's a
Maine
joke.
second. It's ranked choice voting is coming in like next month. But here's the funny thing. I pointed this out to Boston Nationalists because there is a small possibility this happens. A lot of people may have like not knowing ranked choice voting put down like the other candidate as the second choice. So there's a non-zero chance that like the results just get flipped. That'd be hilarious if that
Well,
happened.
I don't think that's how that works, but like there's a big question mark apparently.
I know it would be funny though if that happened.
Yeah, but like apparently Theol's campaign, they're asking for a recount or something. I don't know. We can't confirm anything. It's a mess of a situation.
There's
so.
like 0.2 because we don't know how the ranked choice would go because a lot of people may have just left the second choice blank.
We don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would still say Golden is probably going to win. Though.
Oh, he's probably going to win. Alaska,
and I think he's already. I mean, technically, I think he's already been called. By the
yeah, they called it. Bigich,
which I think probably. I mean, that's
no, they can't. I don't know why they called it because it's not over. You didn't get over 50, so like until ranked choice is in, like there's no way they could call it.
Now,
that call probably should be withdrawn.
But as for Bigich, Bigich won. I mean, he's got it. He's at 49.6%. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because like, and then the Alaskan Independence Party is probably voting him second. And even if all of them like don't vote for him, like he still wins. Like,
yeah.
You know, I just realized we haven't gotten an update out of Ohio's 9 in 6 days. And
did Marin concede?
Marin, I don't know.
Yeah, because they say decision just called it. I thought. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I think they called it. AP hasn't. I think I think it's in. It might be in the margin of recount. So
yeah, I think so. Yeah, Ohio law, I think it's like 0.5% or something.
Also, I think that's also why they haven't called Pennsylvania. Is I think they're waiting to see. They probably know that McCormick is won.
What a joke!
But they're waiting for a recount because I think it is going to go to a recount margin.
All right, will be played for 5. Explain why J.D. Vance is actually good when he attacked Appalachians and his hillbilly LG and his associate with Peter Thiel. Well, guys. because he's good. He has a good voting record. That's all I gotta say to that. Spence Callis for 2. Did my best for Calvert. Why take so long to count? The fact Calvert won by 3 is pathetic. But yeah, that's California. Ben Sinnix for 2. Trump leads in 3 regions in Connecticut. Wasn't expected. He's up at 3 now?
Let me
Yeah, he
take a
is.
look there.
Yeah, he is.
He won 3 on
I hate
Google,
to call it
Google's
regions.
map.
It's counties. Why is it called regions now? I hate that.
Well, no, because they redrew all the counties for some stupid
I hate
reason. I don't know
this.
what's going on. They're just redrawing counties like every 4 years now in Connecticut.
That's
It makes no
cringe.
sense.
I think New England basically has a collective law where they just don't have counties.
Yeah, but they do regions. That's cringe. Boston
Well, no,
Elevators.
all the other states keep basic county lines though. Like you don't see like
Yeah,
Connecticut just redraws them all the time. It's stupid.
All right, Boston Elevators for 2. I'm hearing that Cruz is voting for Thune. Dumbass. Garrett Vanderkar for 10. If you had to put money on it, who do you think is going to be the Senate Majority Leader? I think Thune's a favorite right now.
Cruz voting for Foon. I mean, he probably will, but I think if you're basing that off of the list, don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't if it's on the list.
Because it's probably the same one that has John Foon voting for
John
Cornyn.
Cornyn. Yeah, he's played 40 chess actually.
Which I mean, he might if like he drops out.
I don't think he will.
Yeah, I don't know.
Garrett Vanderkar.
If anyone's going to drop out, it's probably Scott because he's not going to be leader.
No. Wacko Overlord for 5. Imperial County in California, which is 85% Hispanic, went from Hillary plus 40 to Biden plus 24 to just Harris plus 6. Are you serious? Oh my gosh, yeah.
Hey, I think I called it shifting like a bunch, like a dozen points to the right.
It's currently only Harris plus 6. Wow.
Wow, who could have called it shifting a dozen?
Well, it's like
right?
it's like 85% Hispanic. It's right on the border. It's like, yeah, it's probably gonna happen. Prince Ryder.
By the way, I think Vance might actually flip Imperial in 28.
Prince Ryder for 5. To everyone worried the RNC's in court against Pennsylvania right now defending McCormick, namely Bucks County. Yeah, I think McCormick's won. I think that race is over, but we'll see.
He won. Mark Elias is basically trying to come in and
anyways, yeah.
Get all the votes.
Look up Mark Elias. For those that don't know, look up. He's a scumbag. But
he's the reason that Al Franken became the Minnesota senator.
That is still the most ridiculous story I've ever heard. What happened? Was it 2008?
Yeah, I think Franken only technically won by like 200 votes.
That might be the most insane thing I've ever heard.
He wasn't. I think it was so close he couldn't get into the Senate until like June.
Yeah, it was.
It was like recalls after recount after recount, lawsuit after lawsuit.
It was nuts, and I think went to the Supreme Court and they did nothing. So
I think Elias basically sued to have him win, and he won.
Superior Carolina for 2. What?
Just wanted to point out, in 2020, Trump won 2 counties in New Hampshire. This time he flipped 3, so he won 5.
Huh.
Nice.
Superior Carolina for 2. Why is Thune bad? Because he's Mitch's, you know what?
He's Mitch's bitch.
Basically, yeah.
I think that's what Trump has literally called him. Trump hates Thune, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think Thune's going to last if he's someone gets a position.
I think the thing is that Trump, I think, privately supports Scott, but the reason he's not going to endorse is because he doesn't think Scott has the votes.
Yeah. K-Cup for 2. What happened with RFK Jr.? I'm out of the loop. Nothing. Did anything
Nothing happened. He's just probably not going to go to the cabinet because I don't think Trump Trump doesn't trust him enough.
I don't think they got the votes.
Yeah, 1, Trump doesn't trust him enough, and 2, the Senate wouldn't confirm him.
Yeah, because freaking the Senate Republicans be like,
have a more advisory position though.
Yeah,
like
he's gonna be a health or like FDA czar, but he will not be involved in the cabinet.
It's the advisor in quotation, but he runs a show. That's what's gonna happen.
And it's the same thing with Tulsi Gabbard. I don't think Trump trusts her enough, or a lot of the people around him, but she'll still probably be a czar or advisor, or
like
something
foreign policy,
like that.
I think.
Yeah, basically foreign policy czar, but when it comes to defense and state, those are going to go to other people. We already know Rubio's SOS.
Well, we don't know yet, but that's a weird one. I heard that's fake.
Yeah, I heard Trump was trying to get around like doing the Senate appointments. I kind of wish they could do that because I think that's stupid that they make you do the Senate appointments.
Yeah, I hate that.
Like honestly,
I've always hated
if you win the election, you should just be able to pick who you want in your administration. You shouldn't force them to go through the Senate.
Yes, so some clown well, I can understand they want to make sure there's transparency and stuff, but yeah, I get that. Giga Chad for 5. Trump won 2 precincts in Boston. He won 0 in 2020, 2016. They're both at South Dorchester and make up the most Irish region of the Boston track. Oh my gosh, he actually won precincts in Boston? What? I mean,
probably like some working
very
class
good at
parts.
Boston,
yeah, it's Irish. Apparently, it's Irish parts of Boston.
Probably
So,
like
We
the
had
old
Irish
working
exit.
class.
I told people it happened. It did.
yeah, Trump did 12 points better in Suffolk County. That's where Boston is. That's
I
beautiful.
also I will just say temporary expectations for Attorney General. I highly doubt Paxton would be
I
the
think it's
choice.
gonna be Bailey.
Bailey is probably the easiest one. Paxton is not going to be confirmed.
Freaking John,
Cornyn's-
because John Cornyn alone
Yeah.
would just screw him over. So you can't
Yeah,
do anything.
Hear me out. It's going to be Darren Bailey.
No, not that Bailey. The wrong one. The guy from Missouri.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, Andrew Bailey. It might be someone else though. What else is also confirmed? Mike Huckabee will be
Palestine gubernatorial candidate.
Yeah, Mike
Yeah,
Huckabee's ambassador to Israel. Stefanik's ambassador to UN. Lee Zeldin, EPA. That's kind of out of nowhere. Like, Lee Zeldin? I like Zeldin, but like, him as the head of the EPA? That seems
Yeah,
kind of just...
Jackson Hinkle was having a meltdown about Zeldin getting that position because
Oh,
of a certain
yeah.
reason.
Yeah, because
And I'm
Zeldin
like,
is
Yeah,
oh,
anyways,
Yeah, we're-
EPA. Like, who cares?
Dustin Carter for 2. Proud to be a Southerner from Kentucky. Dixie came in clutch. Yeah, I mean, the biggest shifts in the country came in, like, the South, funny enough. But, yeah.
Oh, but the evangelicals, they won't vote for Trump because
Yeah,
of
remember that? The
abortion, huh?
evangelicals are going to vote against him.
Oh, yeah, Harris is going to
We
win.
did better than with evangelicals in 2016 or 2020.
Yeah,
this year.
so I don't know what these idiots are talking about.
Oh yeah, the same evangelicals that voted for Ted Cruz in the 2016 primary. Oh yeah, they basically worship Trump now.
Yeah,
Like
they're all Trump supporters now. They just all
like
didn't trust him.
there are people that voted for Ted Cruz in 2016 who probably considered voting for Hillary Clinton in 2016, but then came around to Trump, who are probably now stop the S word types.
Yeah. Hey, Rap, Legal Eagle's still crying about the Electoral College sucking, despite the fact Trump won the popular vote. Now they're saying the popular vote's a scam.
Eagle, I forgot about that.
The guy's lost his mind. Prince Rider for 2. Hope Donald's or Gates replaces...
That dude used to be like a law education channel, and now he's just like a resist lib,
He is.
like MSNBC type.
Prince Rider for 2. Hope Donald's or Gates replaces Rubio in the Senate.
I don't think it's either of them.
No.
Donald, I don't think he wants the job. He's running for governor.
Yeah, he's running
Gates,
for governor.
I think Gates wants to stay in the House.
I hear he's running for
The
governor.
next, I think
I heard for
senator.
Gates.
I think as far as Senate goes,
It's gonna be some random appointee that we never heard about because DeSantis.
what I think is gonna happen is DeSantis is going to appoint a placeholder to basically serve for
like a chief
2
of staff.
years, and then DeSantis will run in the 2026 special
because-
after his term is up.
Yeah,
'Cause
DeSantis.
I don't think DeSantis. I don't think he wants to leave the governorship early.
Yeah, and I think with DeSantis, he wants to stay relevant past 26, and that's his best way. So, Wacko Overlord for 2. Did you see LTE's apology video for his prediction? No, I did not. I did not see it.
He apologized. What?
Did he actually?
I don't know.
Did you guys see David Pakman, who like made these videos about how like Trump is dead and like Harris?
Yeah, I remember that.
Is gonna like. No, and then he had to make a video because a bunch of his fans unsubscribed after Harris didn't win. A bunch of people unsubscribed because he was giving them literal disinformation, and he was saying that like you have a duty to democracy to stay subscribed to the channel.
Oh yeah, I found it. I found a video. It's from Let's Talk Elections. My prediction was wrong. Let's learn from it. This was like 5 days ago.
Oh, that's what so I can't make an apology video for 22. These people attacked me for that, but they're allowed to. Yeah, sure. Scratch Snuff.
No, because no one could have possibly seen that the polls would be wrong again because
they weren't even wrong. That's the funniest thing.
Look,
they weren't even wrong.
Said on CNN, there's never been an election where there's never been a time where more than twice in a row the polls overestimate one party.
But
there's no way.
You know the funniest thing is, the polls did not even overstate Trump that much. They were actually correct in most areas.
Well, the averages did, dude. Like, look, like Trump was barely up in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
he was winning. Final RCP averages.
He was still winning though, and these idiots were saying, "No, it's a grand conspiracy by far right polls." Yeah, it turns out that they're gold standard and Seltzer. What's her nickname now? What should we call her? Because she lost all credibility. She's done. In fact, you guys see what she's saying now? She is claiming that Republican voters stormed the polls despite her. That's why she was wrong.
I heard about that.
She's lost it.
I thought she was going to claim something else. Like,
No, she literally
that.
claimed that Republican voters got so enthusiastic because of that one poll. That's why she was off by 15.
Bro, they underestimated Trump in Nevada of all places. Damn.
Really? He won by 4 there. How much you understate him by?
By about 2.5. RCP had the state Trump plus 0.6. He won it by 3.1.
All right.
Atlas was spot on in Nevada. Atlas and we need to build monuments to Atlas Intel. They got the only race that they got 2 races wrong. They thought that Lake would win the Arizona Senate race, and they thought Casey would win the Pennsylvania Senate race. So those are the only 2 races they got wrong.
All right.
Every other race.
I think as far as Arizona goes, I think, like I said, I think the undecideds probably did break for her. It was just too little, too late.
Yeah. Scratch Sniff Vomit for 5. Jill Biden's going to break records with her inevitable tell-all book. Oh, yeah, that's going to be hilarious. They're going to have a book
Also, speaking of Nevada, Epson chat for Washoe County because Harris flipped it back.
Damn it!
Harris wins it, I think. Oh, yeah, Harris won it by like 100 votes.
0.1. I'm so pissed.
Yeah, she won it by 700.
Non-zero chance in 2028 we win Clark but lose Washoe. Like, we only lost Clark by like 2. So
yeah,
I think Clark shifted like several points right, and Washoe I think like I don't know. 2
I think Democrats have a big problem in Nevada now. They have if Clark County keeps shifting right, which even at 22 it did, they're screwed. They're screwed in the state. So
yeah, I think honestly Nevada might be gone. Well, not completely gone. I think at the state level, just because geography is still so good for Democrats, they're going to continue to be successful. But when it comes to like
these times.
But when it comes to statewide elections, federal and state, like, I don't know, governor, Senate maybe might still be Democrat leaning, but president as well, I think Democrats are in big trouble. And 2028, I would say. I know it's early, but
I think it starts off like leaning Republican.
Probably so.
Oh, yeah, and Nevada's definitely leaning more in 28. Probably Arizona too. I'd go as far as
we'll see. I'm curious about 26.
Dude, Trump won Arizona by 6. You can't just
okay. Fair enough. I forgot it was by 6.
Yeah,
and my goodness, 3 it's one thing, but he won it by 6. He won it by more than he did in 60. He won it by twice the margin. 60.
How much did Yumas win? I think Yumas won like 20 points right or something.
Let's see.
Yeah, he got over 60 there. He won it
Trump
by like
won it by
6.
27. In 2020, he won it by 6. Yeah, a 20-point shift. Yeah, it's over. So much for that.
Yeah, that's more like a 30-point. That's more like a 30-point shift, I think.
All right.
Clark went from D plus 9.5 to D plus 3 in Nevada.
BB for 5. Honestly, Attorney General should be John Ratcliffe. By the way, Bob Casey is sore loser. Trump definitely did better with college-educated whites. Look at Greenwich, Connecticut. Yeah, John Ratcliffe as CIA director, I think is good enough.
Yeah.
He's gonna be better than
Ray. Let me check. I'm gonna check Polymarket because I want to see what some of the.
Is Ray FBI?
What?
Is Ray FBI or CIA? Chris Ray.
He's FBI. I thought. He's getting fired.
Right, so I want
those 2 agencies mixed up.
He's getting his ass fired day 1. So.
Okay, so let me check Polymarket. I want to see what
yeah, he's either gonna resign and get his ass fired. So. Garrett Vanderkar for 5. Can you get involved with the Republican County Committee if you're not registered to vote in that county? I don't know. Don't ask me that.
Okay, so I pulled up Polymarket because I want to see some of the secretaries, basically see who's in the front runner.
Wait, before you continue, Garrett Vanderkar, just contact the county committee and talk to them about that because I don't know for sure if that's legal or not, but. K-Cup for 5. The year is 2031. Vance is president. The world is at peace. We finally found Jim Hoffa and Bob Casey still holding on to the dream in Pennsylvania. That's real.
All right. So Secretary of State Rubio's up at the top. No surprise. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. Pretty sure that was already confirmed earlier.
Yeah, I thought that was like the report.
Ben Carson for HHS. I think that's the big report as he's coming back.
That's not a surprise.
Polymarket is Robert O'Brien up for Defense Secretary.
Really? O'Brien?
Yeah. It might be somebody else that'll eventually be it. Joni Ernst was the rumor last night, but it looks like she's collapsed, so.
All right.
I don't know why Joni Ernst was even considered. She's awful.
She's terrible. One of the worst.
Veterans Affairs, Tulsi's still the front runner. I don't know if she'll actually.
I don't think she got the votes. That's a problem. Well,
yeah, if she ends up getting the votes for anything,
in Michigan will most likely be running from re-elections. He said he's planning on
Who?
On running.
Who?
Peters in Michigan in 26. You just said that
Okay.
he's probably running for re-election.
Okay. Agricultural Secretary Miller's still at the top. I highly doubt he's being considered. I don't think he's gonna be the guy. It's probably gonna be somebody else.
Massey maybe? No, I don't think so.
No, Trump. I don't think Trump really still likes Massey.
Richard Hannaford too. Really hoping Trump picks Ken Paxton for Attorney General. I wish he would too, but we don't got a big enough majority to do
It's
that.
not gonna happen. Homeland Security. I think whoever was actually at the top had actually wasn't even an option for.
Who's Homeland Security?
Actually, that might have been Ernst. I think that might have been Ernst that was considered for.
Oh
Homeland
yeah,
Security.
yeah, I heard about that.
Oh wait, no. Wait, no. That was
Ooh.
Nome. I think it was Nome that was considered Homeland Security.
Oh yeah, the bullshit leak. Yeah. Prince Strider for 5. Remember after 22 when everyone shouted and Barris, including Mike Garcia, for saying he was an idiot? All that sure aged well. Yeah, Barris was right about that. So.
Energy Secretary Burgum's still front runner.
Also,
yeah.
Also, Real American, you got to share this, what I just posted in general.
Yeah, I see it.
The thing of Republicans being the party of the working class unironically came true in this election. Share this on stream, dude.
Spikes for 2. Thoughts of the Trump-Biden meeting tomorrow? They're going to laugh their asses off when the cameras are gone. Watch. They're going to laugh their asses off.
Press Secretary,
Trump
I think he
won the lower income people and lost the high income.
Yeah, so this is the income bracket. Yeah, the Republican Party became the party of the working class and the middle class. The only people that shifted towards Harris were upper class voters. That's it.
Yeah, she flipped the 100K plus demographic.
But that's not enough. That's like the boomers,
right,
and that's it.
Yes, so back to poly market. So press secretary, it was Caroline Leavitt. I believe now Alina Habba is the rumored pick, but she's not on the she's not listed on poly market.
What Carrie Lake? What does Carrie Lake be listed on there? Is she?
No, and I don't know if she'll be picked.
No, she doesn't deserve to get.
No, she doesn't. But
anything.
like, you know, Trump.
But I think Trump is. I think Trump is trying to. I think Trump wants her to keep the lawsuits going.
Oh gosh. Well, if it keeps her on the administration, sure, I guess.
Labor Secretary, I think Brandon Williams was rumored pick, and now he's front runner.
Mike Finn for 2. Take Gabbard for defense balances Rubio and Waltz. I just don't think Gabbard has the votes. I think she's been an indirect advisor, though.
Stephen Chung is on here. You should make Stephen Chung.
Oh my gosh. Stephen Chung's on the list?
Stephen Chung is on the list for what?
For what?
For press secretary.
Oh my god, that would be gold.
Yeah, let's see. Let me keep going.
Stephen Chung, for those that don't know, is freaking hilarious.
To ask him questions, dude.
Can you imagine him answering stuff? Oh my gosh.
Okay, so let me keep going here. So
too afraid to ask anything.
I love it.
No, we need to draft Real American to be press secretary.
No, Alex Jones.
No, Rap. I want to see Rap as press secretary.
Alex Jones, hey, he's free now.
Tyrone. Tyrone is press secretary.
Alex Jones is probably going to jail. I don't know.
How would he go to jail? He's losing money, but I don't think he's going to jail.
Oh, I don't know if InfoWars will be enough to get to save him. I don't know.
Did they shut down InfoWars?
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, InfoWars. Yeah, they're done. InfoWars is done.
Let's see. Steven. Go on.
I was going to keep going with the secretaries.
Yeah,
so
who's the other ones?
HUD secretary, they have Ben Carson as the front runner, which is also the front runner for HHS.
That's common sense. He's HUD, I think.
Well, I mean, do you think he's HUD or do you think he's going to be HHS?
What was he last time? Was he HUD?
I don't remember.
I thought he was HUD.
I think. Let me look. Yeah, he was HUD. So my guess is Trump might bring him back for HUD, and then HHS might go to.
They might just get rid of it. Who knows?
It could go to Oz or something. Commerce Secretary Linda McMahon.
Not surprised, McMahon.
McMahon, my bad.
Also, yeah, Polymarket says Trump has a 50% chance at ending the war in Ukraine within 90 days.
Oh, 100%. He's got that. He's got that already. They're already talking. They're going to make a peace deal.
Let's see. Interior Secretary Mike Dunleavy is the number one.
Who?
That's the governor of Alaska.
I guess that makes sense.
What are they bringing?
That makes sense, I guess. Yes, Alaska's, I mean, yeah. Well, no, maybe natural resources? Maybe?
Let's see, transportation secretary. Well, most likely it's going to be a guy with the last name of Graves, because the two front runners are Garrett Graves and Sam Graves.
Really? Garrett Graves?
Yeah, and Sam Graves. I think Garrett's from Louisiana. Sam's from Missouri.
I mean, gosh. Can we get Mike Collins? Because he was a trucker, I thought.
I think Collins wants.
Why
to
are
be
both of the people on transportation secretary Graves? Both of them.
I don't know. Also, for education secretary, Tiffany Justice is the front runner.
All right. K-Cup for...
And also, I think Tiffany Justice, if I remember correctly, she's the founder of Moms for Liberty. So it sounds like I'm guessing Trump doesn't want to bring back DeVos, which is probably a good idea because
sucks.
she was
I just want
extremely
to
unpopular.
5%.
In fact, I
Go
think
ahead.
DeVos may have actually contributed to some of the suburban shifts to the left.
She couldn't keep her mouth shut. That's her
Because
problem.
I think a lot of people in the suburbs, they're still very pro public education, and DeVos was extremely anti public education.
She was saying dumb stuff like we don't need it anymore. It's like, go away.
Yeah, and public education, it still has a pretty massive stranglehold on both suburban and rural voters. It's like I say, I think, the Republican Party probably needs to start.
Okay. K-Cup for 2. Hovde hasn't conceded. Hovde sweep still possible. He's going to concede eventually, but he put out that video today.
No, he's probably...
no comment.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
No,
can't really say
he's just gonna sue like the libertarians and or he's gonna sue the Dems for like what they did with the libertarians.
Yeah, that was bullshit. That should be illegal.
That'll probably get thrown out.
I know, but it's one thing to it gets someone on the ballot. What they did was, I think, illegal. What they did. For those that don't know, they propped up this fake America First candidate and spent millions of dollars. Yeah, and the libertarian. That should be illegal. I thought that's illegal, but
literature for the libertarians and America First candidate.
Eric Hovde's a rhino. I'm the real MAGA candidate.
That's what he did. I remember the flyers. They're everywhere. Oh, the real America First patriots.
Yeah. But anyways, speaking of education secretary, and I said,
like 5% of poly market users think Trump will pardon D. I'm not going to finish that.
Oh, gosh,
they think he'll pardon him.
All right, BB for 2, Carson for Surgeon General, Tucker for Press Secretary. Maybe, I don't know. That's I don't think so.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think the Republicans probably need to change their tune on school choice, kind of at least be more open to reforms and not just only public schools.
Yeah. Scratch Sniff Vomit for 5. 1, I think the Rubio news is fake news. A lot of moles on the Trump transition team. 2, Cornyn should be leader. He's up in 2026 and he'll act right. Well, that's an argument some people are using that, hey, Cornyn's up in 2 years. We get rid of his ass in 2 years. So, we'll see.
Well, the problem with that is that I think he's going to have a lot more money, and it's probably going to be a lot harder to... Actually, it could be easier depending on what he does.
It could be easier because now there's more, pressure on him. So
probably so. And Trump's going to probably support a challenger. And it looks like it is probably going to be Ken Paxton.
Yeah.
Since he's not going to be Attorney General.
McCormick's been given a Senate office, too.
Yeah, it's over. Casey's I think... coward. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it sounds like... I'm guessing Schumer's kind of... I don't know if he's tired of the BS, but I think he's probably just waiting for a
realize the provisional ballots aren't enough. They're barely winning Philly, for crying out loud. It's like they're done. American Nerd for 5. Charles Herbst.
Yeah, dude, he needs to be getting 9. I heard he's got to be getting 87% of provisionals. He's consistently getting 61%.
Yeah, it's not enough.
So there'll be a recount in Pennsylvania, but it's not going to be enough.
All right, American Nerd for 5. Charles Herbster for Agriculture. Jeff Clark for Attorney General. Also, who should be the Treasury Secretary? It looks like it's McMahon. So,
yeah, I don't think Vivek's not going to be in the cabinet. It looks like
Trump should bring Vince McMahon into the cabinet too.
His wife's in the position, so.
I know, but he should bring Vince too. Imagine Vince. He should be press secretary. He should be press secretary.
He's old though. I don't think he has the same energy as he once did.
Oh, guys. Breaking news, we got updated margins out of Illinois.
What?
Illinois. Let me bring up the...
come on. It
is officially a 10-point victory. Well, actually, technically, on a technical level, it's 9.5.
Oh, we'll take it then. We'll take it.
But unfortunately, Winnebago flipped back to Harris.
Came close.
So I think actually, now that I'm looking at it, there may have not been any county flips.
That's weird.
In Illinois.
DHP
No,
for
but we gained a bunch
yeah.
in some of these counties.
DHP for 2. Guys, call your senators for Scott. Mike for 5. I just joined. Did we talk about 47's iffy cabinet positions? The only excuse for Trump picking Rubio is that the real good choices wouldn't get votes. Well, okay, we gotta talk about the choices because there's some people lose their minds over Rubio and then Waltz. Here's what I'll say to that. Trump had way shittier options in 2016. Remember John Bolton and frickin' who's the Secretary of State back then? Rex Tillerson? Remember something? What's his name? Tillerson?
Rex Tillerson, I think. Let
Yeah.
me look. Yeah, he was Secretary of State, and then it was Mike Pompeo.
Yeah, so it's like Rubio's not perfect, but compared to those idiots, he's way better. So, and Trump did just fine those 4 years. That's what people gotta understand. Trump even said this out loud. He purposely picks people like John Bolton in a position like he was in, so they scare world leaders. Because he's insane. So, yeah. The red tech engineer for 2, Illinois, New Jersey, flip red in 2028. I wouldn't go that far, but Garrett Vanikar for 5. Nevada,
New Jersey, if Dems like run AOC, and Illinois could be close.
All right, Garrett Vanikar for 5. Nevada's a reverse Georgia. Right trendy say that Dems can still win, but will be gone in a couple cycles. I can agree with that.
Also, the county in Illinois that moved the most to the left is actually Jackson County, which is where Carbondale is. That's actually a county I thought that Trump would have flipped, but yeah, it moved left because the students came back home, so it's never going Republican again.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hasn't won Republican since '84, and it likely never will again.
All right. Okay, stop spam chat. Stop that. All right. Rubio's better than Rick Grinnell. I mean, they're kind of. That's all.
No, Grinnell's better. Like, the main reason people don't like Grinnell is because of a certain thing I'm not going to say.
Well, yeah.
But, like, realistically on policy, he's actually very good. Grinnell. Like, people forget, when he was ambassador to Germany, like, he was allied with, like, the Alternative for Germany. So he's, like, very good when it comes to politics. It's just, like, his personal life is what people don't like.
Yeah, people don't like it.
I don't really think that matters in a Secretary of State.
Yeah, people, they have some opinions on that. So, what you got?
Okay, I see now. Okay, so the official margin in Illinois right now, Harris plus 9.8.
That's it.
So 0.2 shy of a safe margin.
All right, down D stairs for 2. Carrie Lake for... No, I'm not reading the rest of that. Thanks to Super Chat, though.
Carrie Lake for dictator of Arizona.
That's real. Hey, she's now both a governor and senator now. Hey, she won. Real.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
It's funny. Trump would have probably had to win Arizona by like 10 to 20 in order for Lake to win.
That is pathetic. That he did that. I thought she had it. When he was doing that good in Arizona, I thought she had it, but no.
He would have had to win it by a safe margin for Lake to win.
That's pathetic.
I thought 5 would have been like the minimum, but no, 10.
Superior Carolina for 2. I must admit, I like Rubio. Also did Mark hurt North Carolina. Oh, he did. Yeah, Robinson dragged us down a little bit.
Robinson hurt badly down ballot.
He screwed Bishop.
There may have been some very minor reverse coattails that could have maybe prevented Trump from winning the state by like over 5, but you could attribute that more to the hurricane as well.
Yeah, you had weird turnout patterns. Yeah, it was a combination of a bunch of things. But Robinson, he should have dropped out.
Yeah, but I think North Carolina basically had a blue wave except for president.
Yeah, they should have just went with Witherman.
Because I think every single one of the down ballot races went Democrats.
Republicans still won the Supreme Court seat.
Barely, but like 200 votes or whatever.
Well, it still was a flip, so
yeah.
I'll take it as well.
Yeah, let me look. Yeah, so we lost governor, we lost lieutenant governor, attorney general.
You joined for a second, then
Secretary of State, superintendent. We won treasurer. We won labor commission. Okay, so we won the irrelevant positions, but the relevant positions all went Democrat.
Yeah.
So basically blue wave.
Damn. But we have the Supreme Court, so it's like 6-1, I think, now in North Carolina. 6-1. I mean, is that really a purple state? I don't know. Garrett Vanikar for 5. Is Pennsylvania 10 ever going to flip? Scott Perry seems invisible. He did bad.
It might in 26, depending on what happens. I think if his opponent runs again
he might be
in 26 and he combine it with Shapiro, I think as of right now, this is just very early prediction, but I would say Perry probably loses in 26.
Yeah, for those that don't know, they ran a very popular news anchor, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
And she only lost by 6,000 votes.
Perry should retire, and then we should run a better candidate. I think a Freedom Caucus member was never going to hold that district for long enough.
Yeah, Harrisburg, I think, is also trending left.
It is.
Yeah. So.
How did it shift in 2024? Let's check. It actually moved a little bit down. Yeah,
Trump did better there.
It kind of stagnated.
Yeah, but I mean, he did better across the entire state. It's just down ballot, people did worse.
Yeah,
and I get it. He was a very, very strong opponent, and quite frankly, he probably should have lost that, but he didn't win. That might actually be Trump's coattails that saved him.
Yeah, and that's something we got to talk about. Like, the whole point of the stream is talking about the future without Trump, because
I will just say this: had Perry had his opponent from this year in 2022 instead, he would have lost.
Oh yeah,
would have lost. Yeah.
But yeah, so we got to talk about this because the Republican Party has a big problem. Now, Trump won the popular vote. He looks like he's barely getting a majority. We'll see. He's won the popular vote for sure, though. Despite that, Republicans have 219 in the House, and looks like we're probably getting 221.
So, yeah, and I think what's going to be the House popular vote? I mean, I don't know if Democrats might actually win it.
No, Republicans are going to win the popular vote again in the House.
What the hell are we doing down ballot? What the hell are we doing? Like, we're just running out the margins of, like, the counties that don't matter.
Where the Republicans are sticking. It's California. We got close in a bunch of seats we weren't supposed to, but then, like, lost all the actual competitive ones. It's a joke.
Yep. Like, we shit the bed in Washington, shit the bed in Oregon.
This election's the best argument I've heard for proportional representation, honestly.
Well,
for the House.
Would that really change much, though? Like, per state or, like, in general?
Well, California certainly would.
Yeah, only Democrat states, like California.
We can super good in a bunch of safe blue ones.
All right, let's see here. K-Cub for 2. We need a 2024 election timeline for laughs. Huh?
I don't know.
All right, but yeah, so right now it looks like Republicans, they got the House. But we got to talk about this because the fact that Trump won the popular vote, and my question is, how many House seats did he win? I'm being dead serious when I asked that. How many did he flip?
I think he probably won at least 225 or something like that.
Had to be. I think it's way more.
He probably won at least 230.
I think 230. Because Trump's.
But I think the problem is that a lot of people, they love Trump, but they hate their Congress.
That's the problem. This is what the GOP's not understanding. They think this is the red wave. This was a Trump wave. Trump is the reason that these idiots won the House, barely, and they barely won the Senate.
These people will not vote for anybody else except Donald Trump.
And the Republican Party's not understanding that. Now, again, it was expected in some places like, Wisconsin and Pennsylvania because you're going to get popular incumbents. But what's the excuse in Arizona? What's the excuse in a bunch of the House races? Hell, Miller Meeks won by 800 votes.
Oh yeah, and I think she's running for a leadership position.
Yeah,
now.
She says, I have experience winning in swing districts.
She's gonna lose in 26.
She's gonna lose. She's gonna lose in 26.
I'll tell you what. As of right now, my prediction is that Democrats take back the House in 26, not by a lot, but I do think that they're going to probably pick up a lot of competitive seats. One of them being Miller Meeks.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, you look at the Iowa swing map, this district shifted like 8 points Republican. Yet she did worse than 22? Or even 2020? Or she did better than 2020, but like, you barely.
And by the way, Zach Nunn's seat is bluer, and he did better than fucking Miller Meeks.
Miller Meeks.
I mean, it's entirely possible both of them go down in 26.
Well, I don't know. I think Miller Meeks.
It's possible. I mean, Nunn might hold on, but Miller Meeks is toast.
We gotta get rid of her. We gotta primary her out. There's no excuse for this. And so much for the electability argument. Oh, she's so electable. Yeah, looks very electable to me. Yep, nothing wrong here, loser.
All right. Yeah, she's electable because she wins in a Biden plus free. No, it's a Trump plus free district.
Yeah, and not only that, but because she's like she's a shit Republican. Is he good on anything?
No, she's like a flat out neocon.
Yeah, so she's awful.
Which, by the way, every single one of Iowa's reps are neocons. Every single one of them.
Gosh, that sucks.
They are all horrible.
And the only one who ever wasn't was that schizophrenic from the safe district who
King.
said some very interesting
King.
things.
Yeah, and then he said something that was, I guess, kind of racist, and then
Yeah, he
got
called
primaried out.
himself a white something. I'm not going to repeat that.
Yeah, Superior Carolina for 2. Rap, we won by 7,600 votes, not 200, but yeah, too close. Mike for 2. It was an orange wave.
Actually, didn't House leadership basically fund King's
like,
primary opponents?
Iowa to elect like someone
Yeah, they did.
who's not batshit insane, but also not a neocon? Is that like possible for
No.
Iowa?
Like, honestly, who are the biggest overperformers? Did a single House Republican outperform Trump?
In Iowa, no.
Just across the board, I'm trying to
Lawler
think.
probably did.
Lawler, and that's about it, I think.
And Fitzpatrick, obviously.
Yeah, probably Fitzpatrick and Lawler, but those don't count. Like, that's it. That's all you did. But meanwhile, by some miracle,
Brian Steele, definitely.
Maybe. Stephen Howard for 5. Rap, what do you think is the most important thing for Trump to accomplish in his first 100 days? There's a bunch, but I would say number 1, fire get rid of the deep states. Fire all these people. Everyone, get rid of them all. It's time to start over. We got to get a government that's actually worthwhile. And then, I say immigration. I think that's the number 1 issue for a bunch of people. If you secure that right away, you're fine. So, what do you guys think? You guys agree?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, immigration's our top priority now.
I think it's immigration and government reform. That's the 2 main ones, I think. That we can do right off the bat. The economy and stuff we can't do for a while.
Like, not starting World War III is also probably.
Well, that's foreign policy. Those are the 3 things Trump can do right away, because the economy that'll take years to recover from. So it's I would say government reform, immigration, and foreign policy. So the red tech engineer.
Also, don't do anything stupid in Taiwan. I get there's a lot of like China hawks around Trump, but be honest, like we shouldn't start some war over Taiwan.
The red tech engineer for 5. Admit the Northern Marina Islands as a state to expand the majority. That's real. Object Clay's Cater for 5. Since Trump is officially the leader of the party again and we no longer have McConnell, do you think we can actually turn the party into a MAGA party? We can, but we got to be smart. And we still
already is.
Yeah, it is. The voters are. But people like Mitch McConnell is still there. They will not give up power no matter what. So, Seahawks Brandon Nelson for 2. Watch out for Cassidy. What? What?
I said Mitch did give up power, kind of.
Well, you know what I'm saying. People like McConnell. You get the point.
So no, Cassidy's cooked.
What? Seahawks Brandon Nelson for 2.
Someone said Cassidy.
Watch out for Bill Cassidy. Voted to impeach in 21. I think he's losing the primary.
Oh yeah, he's cooked. That's what I was saying.
Dumbass.
Yeah, he's cooked.
Mr. Nugget for 5. Why do ex-users call so many people rhinos? It's gotten kind of silly lately. Well, because people, they think if you disagree on one issue, you're a rhino.
Oh yeah, they think Josh Hawley.
Yeah, everyone's trying to get on Mike Johnson. Like, no, Mike Johnson's actually been very good for the situation he's been dealt.
Yeah,
like,
Josh Hawley.
He's had like a 4-seat majority with Dems control. He's decent. I don't get what this Mike Johnson hate is.
Well,
like, I'm sorry he couldn't pass like based Bill 57.
Bill 57.
Like, there's only so much you can do when you have a 5-seat majority and Dems control like every other branch of government.
And you got people like Fitzpatrick and stuff. Well, Fitzpatrick now he's a team player. Well, and this is one positive I'll say from the House. We got rid of so many worthless Republicans this time around. On the loss, they're not worthwhile. So that's one positive.
Bacon won.
Yeah, I know, but it looks like based on Bacon's feed, he might be a bit more conservative. The way he's talking. We'll see. But yeah, like people like Josh Hawley. Here's what I think happened. Like I have a theory for why he's back in Cornyn. You guys want to hear this out? Hear me on this one.
Well, one of the big things was like the elementary school in St. Louis. That's like a nuclear waste.
Huh? What?
There's something about an elementary school in St. Louis that's basically on a nuclear wasteland.
Oh.
What?
Wait,
what?
Said that what?
Hold on. I'm gonna send it.
But you know, I think what Hawley I think Cornyn made a backroom deal because he's desperate for support. He's like, okay, Hawley, I'll do whatever you want. Just vote for me. So.
I'll help you cover up the elementary
Anyways,
school and the nuclear
K
waste.
Cup for 5. To clarify from my earlier super chats, we need a timeline of everything for the 2024 election cycle to analyze because this cycle was insane. Oh, I got a documentary planned. I got one planned. Dustin Carter
I sent the tweet, by the way.
What? Hold up.
But Rap, are we gonna get a real American movie? Because I know you teased that a while ago.
No. Well, that's a documentary, I guess. So, but yeah, look at this. What? John Elementary School in St. Louis County decades ago was hit with lead poisoning from nuclear waste from. Oh, what? Hold up. What? This is real?
Yeah.
From Project
So,
Oppenheimer.
basically, Cornyn promised Hawley that he'd get a bill passed and signed into law.
That's what I thought.
To deal with the schools.
It was like a deal he made
Yeah.
with Cornyn. That's why I thought. So
The problem is that no one knows about this. Like no average Republican knows about this.
Cornyn should advertise this. This is free advertising for him.
Probably what Hawley should have.
Well, no, because most people don't care about an elementary school that's not in their state, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right.
People can be like, what's in it for my donors? Because that's how senators think.
Dustin Carter for 2. Pass national CCW. What? And legalize. What? I don't know what that is. American Nerd for 5. Fun fact, Rubio's seat was the same seat that DeSantis ran for in 2016 before Rubio went back into the race for Senate that year. Revenge of the Ron. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, he ran for the Senate seat, and then Rubio pulled up again, and he bailed.
So now DeSantis may actually be in that seat.
I think it's
at least not now, probably 2027, but.
Garrett Vanikar for 2. Dolphins shifted 2 points right compared to 2020. American Nerd for 10. Here's some fun math to see how old you are. Hold on. How old were you when Trump made his presidential announcement on June 16th, 2015? And how old will you be when he leaves office on January 20th? Yeah, I suck at math. Garrett Vanikar for 2. What are you saying, Real Texan?
I think I was 12, and then I will be 26, probably.
I can't remember. Yeah. Somewhere in that range. Garrett Vanikar for 2. Who should replace Joe Kent in Washington 3rd? Anyone. Joe Kent clearly can't win that seat.
Joe Kent can never run for that
I don't
seat
get
again.
why, but he just can't.
He is low in that seat.
I like Kent, but he just can't win that seat.
Yeah, and Marie is basically, she's a fake moderate, so that's basically what it is. She LARPs as a working class, bipartisan moderate, and Joe Kent is this MAGA schizophrenic conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
Ultra MAGA, whatever. That is pro-Russia or something. I don't know.
Samuel J for 10, for 5. How high on the priority list is voter ID in the next 100 days? When should we see it? I think that's gonna be a tricky one. Like, how are you gonna do? Because I know that's what Trump wants to do right away.
Are there really any election stuff that can actually be changed at the federal level?
So, well, there was a rumor going around that they could tie some funding to voter ID, like they did for I think for
Democrats have been doing with Ukraine aid.
No. I thought it was was it like the age the age of drive or something, like the age of drink. I think it's they had to force the state to do it by by cutting their money or something for infrastructure. I don't know for sure, but it's the idea is, okay, if you don't sign a voter ID into law, we're just not going to give you money. So, polite rude guy for 2. We can flip Georgia in 2026 Senate. I think Brian Kemp would win. Seahawks Brendan Nelson for 2. I live in Washington. Should I replace Joe Kent? We need someone that's not Joe Kent. So, we need someone that's not named Joe Kent.
And you're probably going to have to be kind of a generic Republican because, I don't think a hardliner is going to be able to beat Marie. Marie's basically an institution, so you got to find a way to. Yeah.
Well, she's a fake moderate. And here's something, though. In a second Trump term, and hold on. Highway funding. Yeah, that's right. It was highway funding for raising the age of drink to 21. That's what I was thinking about. Yeah, they may do the same with voter ID. That's what Trump wants to do. Will that happen? I don't know, but...
Oh, Trump wants to bankrupt California.
Good. They already are bankrupt. Mike for 10.
Trump wants to bankrupt Michigan. That's probably what Whitmer's going to do.
Stop. We know that. All right, Mike for 10. Gangster's Paradise should be the 2024 Trump campaign anthem. From being lied about to being indicted to being convicted to being shot at, now winning despite everything being thrown at him. That's real. Mr. Nugget for 5. Why do so many people online want Tulsi Vivek to be Vance's VP in 28? I find it kind of stupid. Well, because I think people
No,
just
it's
like
Youngkin.
those two.
It should be Youngkin. You got to get someone to balance out the ticket. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's
I
stupid.
agree.
It's just people in the base want to see two people they like on the ticket,
Yeah, and,
but they don't know that like you kind of need someone to balance it out.
Yeah,
Because Vance represents the kind of like populist end of the party. You want someone like Youngkin on the VPN.
yeah, and with like people just like Tulsi and Vivek. That's why people are saying those two. But you know,
I know why people like Tulsi, and it doesn't have to do with her politics.
Yeah, oh gosh, don't start that. Anyways, Kenneth Kazmeski for 5. How can House Speaker govern with a 220 majority with Orange Man taking away two to join the administration? Well, those be filled right away. So I'm not too worried about that. Trump wants to bankrupt California. Is that a threat or a promise? Yeah, can we just bankrupt California already?
Oh, Trump wants to bankrupt Michigan, the state he claims to care about, because racism.
That's really the
Because he
excuse
hates
you
black
use.
people. Yeah, that's basically why. Because he hates black people. Because apparently, yeah.
For the entire country into Detroit.
Oh gosh, the red tech engineer for 5. Yeah, did they literally run on that? They want to turn
Oh
America
yeah,
into
oh yeah. Well, yeah, we want the country to be like Detroit because of powerful and resilient.
And the funny thing is, Wayne County, Michigan, had one of the biggest shifts towards Trump of any urban core.
Yeah, it's really like 10 points to Trump.
Who would have thought saying, "Hey, we want to be like Detroit"? It's unpopular in Detroit. What do you think was going to happen?
By the way, I think I know what the last House seat is going to be called.
Alaska, right?
Actually, it might be Duarte's.
All right, really?
Because because California's 13th, it's only 62%
Oh
voting.
gosh, why?
And then the 21st is which is only Costa plus
something
1.
about California counting. We need like a federal lawsuit to like make their.
There's got to be a law.
I guarantee there will be
done
some
in a
votes
day
in the
California.
that are never.
Like,
There's be some lawsuits.
I get it's a big state, but like Texas is a big state too, and they were done in a day. So there's no.
I guarantee that California may actually certify some of their vote totals, despite some votes not even being counted.
We'll see. The red tech engineer.
And you know how many votes get discovered in California? They'll discover a room.
Stop!
No.
The red tech engineer for 5.
Insinuating everything.
Vivek is going to be the Ohio governor 2026. Sorry, Chuds, these hours. He's going to run, but will he win the primary? We'll see. Polite rude guy.
By the way, guys, elections are all free and fair.
Yes.
And voting and counting votes slow is a good thing for democracy.
All right. Polite rude guy for 2. We should audit all 50 states just as needed. I think that should be common sense. Like, hey, just do an audit for every election. Why not? And recounts. Make sure everything's good. Like, that doesn't...
Counting votes fast is racist because...
all right. Garrett Vandekar for 2.
I probably can't say why, but it's what the Democrats think.
Garrett Vandekar for 2. Who do you think should replace Scott Perry? I don't know. Object Clays Cater for 5. I think the government has the power because it is a national election and not having the IDs disenfranchise other states. I don't think it'll need to be tied to funding. Well, that's the only way I think they can pass it. Mike for 2. Tulsi 2028. I'm not reading the rest of that. Dog and Down Syndrome for 2. Trump should sell California to China. Real.
I said what the Democrats think in the chat because I probably can't say it.
I think we'd probably have to pay China to take California.
Yeah,
we have to.
We have to pay them. Oh my gosh.
If we could probably treat Hawaii like Singapore, like just kick them out because, that's already 2 less representatives and 2 less senators right there.
All right, the political demon for 5. Wait, why hasn't Cory Bush talked about Jana ES? Isn't it a 50-50 black/white town? I thought she cared for minorities. Well, they only care about like certain people if it's politically relevant. Hector for 6. Which states will do redistricting for the 2026 elections? Also, when do the census changes come into effect? 2028 or 2032? 32. But yeah, we have to talk about the House, actually, because there is going to be a... What, Luke?
You guys remember in 2018 when Hawaii, like, there were those... the government accidentally set out those nuclear texts that claimed that North Korea was nuclear.
Oh my
And people were
gosh.
like,
Oh yeah, and
yes.
then apparently Cornhub had a surge in traffic in Hawaii.
Jeez. All right, so yeah, we gotta talk about the House because this is the one thing I think the Trump administration they have to do. They have to do something about redistricting because this is getting kind of ridiculous.
Rudy ever living shit out of New Mexico, Illinois,
California,
yeah,
even New
yeah.
York. New York, there should be a couple more House Republican seats that we should like safe red. So it's like,
Oh yeah,
and also sue the
What else?
southern states.
and also abolish the that section of the VRA that requires gerrymandering.
Like that made sense in the freaking 60s, but really, do we need it now?
But I will say, even if you don't,
We
you
need Italian
can
districts
actually draw a majority black district in Mississippi
That's trending
that is
right.
still, it's competitive, but it still leans Republican.
Yeah,
Like I've literally drawn a map where I've made 4 Republican districts in Mississippi, and one of them is plurality black, and it's basically Trump plus 2 from 2020. I mean,
the red tech engineer for 2, Hawaii flips Republican 2044. That's real.
basically what that would involve is you basically put Jackson and Gulfport into one district.
But all right, so yeah, we did the math on stream like yesterday. There are so many House seats that should have been Republican this cycle, but because of redistricting, they weren't. And this is the one reason I think that Democrats are going to have a much more difficult time than they think. Because I know that Democrats are probably the slight favorites. I'm not denying that. But it's one of those things where they have so many House seats they won because of circumstances. And how many House seats do Republicans have right now that Harris won? I'm being serious when I ask that. How many? 2?
I guess.
Serious. That's a serious question. Like 2 or 3 that voted for Harris and voted Republican down ballot. I'm trying to think. I mean, it's like Fitzpatrick. Well, Trump might have won that district. We'll see. Well, he actually won Bucks County, so he probably did. Michael Lawler, maybe.
Well, no, that district's a bit bluer than Bucks, though, because it has some parts of Philly in it.
Yeah,
so
but
he
Philly
probably
shifted
narrowly
like
lost it.
Philly shifted a lot Republican.
No, maybe. Never know.
So yeah, it's like Don Bacon, maybe Michael Lawler. That's a tricky one. We'll see though when we get full results. And then like,
and Nebraska's second ended up being Harris plus 4 at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So
that's like 2 right there. Maybe 1 in California. Maybe. With how much the
yeah, young Kim probably outran Trump.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like Harris Republican districts, not just outrun.
In a fair map in Illinois, Republicans could probably gain free seats.
Yeah.
Illinois is the perfect reason we should have proportional in the House.
I just think make it where it's like focus on compactness and
no, I just hate
even presidentially, we should probably like main rule Illinois.
Yeah, that's real. But only Democrat states do that too, not Republican states. The red tech
except Nebraska because democracy.
Yeah, the red tech engineer for 5.
I just think first past the post sucks as a system, but that's just my take.
Let's see here. The red tech engineer for 5. Go back to when the first representative was at large for the state, then the rest were districted. I don't know. But I do think we need some kind of reform for when it comes to the House. I do think we need something. K-Cup for 2 was
proportional representation. It's super easy. You don't have to change any of the
I think, that could be a part of it, but I still want districts. So K-Cup for 2, Wisconsin district map.
Because it's more fun for election prediction.
Well, not only that, but I just think it also provides community interest for like people. So if they have a representative, they can contact. So
yeah, but do representatives actually represent the communities?
Some do, no, but yeah, I get what you're saying. The K-Cup for 2, Wisconsin district map will cave in 2028, in my opinion. Oh yeah, that was a dumb move by Evers. Why the hell did he do that? That was stupid. I mean, like for starters, they may just sue that map into oblivion again, and we make it different maps. Not saying it's gonna happen, but like, wasn't there like a bunch of like districts that swung like 8 points Republican, they barely went Dem or something for like the state assembly and the Senate?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, dude, all the lacrosse seats were like D+2. So, like, if Dems lose like another point in lacrosse, they're cooked in all those seats.
That's that was so dumb what they did. They should have just kept it. But no, they had to go for democracy.
Also, they tried gerrymandering out Bob Donovan and Jesse Rodriguez, and both of them still won.
Yeah, they won,
so
I thought. They
never
win by
doubt
quite a
Bob.
bit.
Yeah, don't never doubt Bob Donovan. The dude got 30% in the city of Milwaukee when he ran for mayor. You don't doubt Bob Donovan.
Yeah, don't piss around with him. Yeah, I can't believe that that was their plan. And it might backfire on them. So what was the point? Because Republicans, did they win the generic ballot in Wisconsin by like 15 or something?
I'm not sure.
I thought I saw something. Like they did the math, it was like R plus 14. Mr. Nugget for 5. Can't believe Trump only took the only semi-well-known Republicans in New York. Yeah, he carried only like 2 of them. Actually, 1. He carried Lawler.
The Republicans won the House popular vote in Wisconsin by 3, or at least on the U.S. House. What about the state House?
State Assembly, I saw someone that said 13. That could be wrong, but we'll see. Polite rude guy for 2. You gotta cover the.
They don't have it posted.
Yeah, but someone did the math, I thought. So it might be outdated. We'll see. Polite rude guy for 2. You gotta cover the new Speaker of Texas House. We'll see. Brendan Nelson for 2. What's your read on the Alaska House suit right now? I think Bigich got it. He's already almost at 50% anyways. I know some votes outstanding. And how does it work in Alaska? Aren't the later votes more Democrat? I don't know. It's Alaska. So, we'll see. But yeah, I think we're in a good situation to hold on to Bigich's seats. Surely. Surely we will.
Yeah, surely.
Here's the thing, though. Never trust, like, these election models for, like, state legislatures, because there's no feasible way that the people who run these sites can do enough research to get a grasp. These people had Bob Donovan losing by like a likely margin because none of them do the research into Bob Donovan's like local ground game.
What's
like the House of Representatives, like no one has the time to go through and look at that. So just never trust these models when it comes to state house, because they have no idea how these districts.
Who's that one guy? What's his name that got embarrassed?
Partisan lean and nothing else. That's
Who is the one guy? What's his name? The one guy that everyone quotes for the state legislators. Oh, what's his name? And now he got embarrassed by his results and he left.
The analysis or whatever.
Yeah, that site's a scam. I mean, come on. You've been wrong every single time.
Yeah, they had the Wisconsin Assembly as Tilt-R, and Republicans won it by 10 seats. So, yeah.
Listen, like, Tilt-R? Oh, my gosh. It was actually Tilt-R? I thought it was Lean-R.
Yeah. No, they had it Tilt-R. Sabato had it Lean-R, but CN had it Tilt-R.
Yeah,
it was Tilt-D for most of the cycle. They had Donovan losing by a lot, and he ended up winning by like 4 or 5.
Yeah, it's Chaz. So. Chaz Nutticombe is just, that guy sucks. He has no clue.
Oh, Chaz Packin? No, not Chaz Packin.
No, Nutticombe.
Chaz Packin's this mega account on Twitter.
Object Clays Cater for 5. The original wording of the Reappointment Act of 1929 had districts need to be compacted and other common sense stipulations, but was amended out. Well, yeah, there needs to be some kind of reform. Like, actual reform, not just, if it's too Republican, or if there's not enough Democrat seats, throw it out. If it's not enough Democrat seats, throw it out again. But yeah, you get the point. Polite rude guy for 2. So can we keep the House and Senate 26? I think we got the Senate. I don't see how we lose the Senate.
Yeah, there's no way. Even if Dems win all the competitive races, it's still 51-49 Republicans.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's assuming
unless they do something crazy like Texas or something.
That's not gonna happen.
We've got the Senate.
As for the House, though, I think it comes out of redistricting. Like, how much does the DOJ go after that? We'll see. Mr. Nugget for 5. Do you think Zeldin might run in 26, even though Trump took him in his administration? No, I think Michael Lawler runs. That's what I heard. I heard Michael Lawler's running for governor in 26.
That's stupid. I don't want to surrender that seat.
I think he could win, though. That's the thing.
I don't know if Trump would endorse him, though, because he's kind of, I mean, again, he is a rhino. Like,
I would endorse him. If Michael Lawler runs, I endorse him. So, I'm not the biggest. Listen.
Or Trump might do the Hogan strategy and, like, kind of stay out of it.
Yeah.
And, like,
well, Michael Lawler's smart.
I understand.
Lawler's actually smart because he doesn't antagonize Trump.
To be fair, though, New York went blue by the same margin Virginia did last time, and Trump endorsed Youngkin in 21.
Yeah.
So you never know.
But Lawler's smart. Like, he doesn't antagonize Trump people. That's why he's different from, like, other Republicans. He doesn't purposely say, the orange man is bad, we gotta get rid of him. It's like, he doesn't say stuff like that.
He's been publicly backing since the primary, so.
Who?
Lawler. He's been publicly backing Trump since the primary.
Wait, seriously, he
so
backed
he's
Trump?
not-
I did not know
he's
that.
not-
He actually backed Trump?
Yeah, he endorsed Trump in 24. Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I thought there's like a couple that didn't. I thought it was one of he was one.
No, he endorsed Trump. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And he won by 7.
He was at the RN, dude. He was in Milwaukee at the RNC.
That's right.
He was
Yeah,
doing that
I'm
stupid,
sorry, I
like-
forgot about
He was
that.
doing that stupid dance with like what's the fat lady from Florida?
Cat Kamek.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Now you brought that back. That was an embarrassment to Milwaukee.
Yeah, I try to forget seeing that. That was the worst video I think I've ever seen. But...
All right, American Nerd for 5. Is a Freedom Caucus people going to challenge Mike Johnson for the speakership? If so, and it's like the last 2 times, stay by to the House in 26. Okay, we got to talk about this because this is ridiculous. For those that don't know, it looks like people like MTG are going to try to throw Johnson out. Here we go again.
It's
Listen,
probably just going to be MTG, to be
it's
honest.
MTG and probably like, I don't know, Massey might have warmed up to him. I don't know.
Oh,
What?
I forgot about Massey. I hate Massey, dude. He's so annoying.
Massey, he's just too consistent. I can't believe I'm saying that, but that's his problem. He's too libertarian.
He's just annoying. He's just a pest. He's a pest in Congress.
Yeah. All right. Sophia Lotkins for 2. Pete Hegseth is Trump's DOJ. The red tech engineer for 5. Take districting laws off the books and just let the states figure it out themselves. No, because you'll end up with what happened in the 90s. Look at those maps up in North Carolina. Those are beauties. Polite rude guy for 2. Who's going to be the Senate Majority Leader? Rick? I think John Thune. Mike for 2. Scott Jennings, CNN Trump defender for press secretary. I've seen that floated around. I don't think so. I like Scott Jennings, but
I think underrated. I think Cornyn might get it because I think like it looked like the Scott vote. Like Thune's not going to get an absolute majority, and I think Scott will be eliminated, and then the Scott people will go to Cornyn. Is what I'm thinking.
Well, yeah, I think Scott. The one thing that might save him is the fact that he's actually going to be, he's up for re-election in 2 years. So
yeah, I think the Scott people are going to vote for Cornyn over Thune.
Yeah.
So I think Cornyn. Gun to my head, I think Cornyn wins.
We'll see. I listen, if he's actually good, I'll take it. But American Nerd for 2. I heard that Gary Palmer
I trust him more than I trust Thune because like the only thing was that gun vote, and even that he got the Dems to like massively like moderate the bill, so it wasn't like super bad. It was still cringe, and I'm not defending that vote. It was still a stupid vote, but it wasn't like the worst bill on the planet.
American Nerd for 2. I heard that Gary Palmer might challenge Johnson. Who?
Gary Palmer from Alabama.
Gary Palmer? What? Hold up. Okay, hold on. We got Defense Secretary announced.
Oh,
It's Pete Hegseth. What?
Who? Who's that?
Is this a guy from Fox News? That's gotta be fake.
Fox and Friends weekend host.
Who the hell is this? This is real? Trump just announced it.
Weekend host.
Yep.
Time
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Tap out.
Yeah, Caroline Levitt posted it.
Trump War Room posted it. Pete Hegseth? The Fox guy? What?
Yep. All right. I mean, people are saying it's good, so
I gotta get going. It was nice being on.
Oh my gosh, Pete Hegseth? I think he served in the military or something, but like, who? Of all people. So much for that theory. Real Texan, what's your take on this?
I mean, honestly, I kind of forgot that he exists.
This is who they
people
pick.
are saying he's a good pick, so people are actually saying he's America first, so
Surely. American Nerd for 3.
America first.
What do you have, Trump? Why is the Fox News guy? I don't know. This came out of nowhere. I gotta tweet something out. Just what? Nothing else. Nothing more, nothing less. Just what? That's beautiful. Sean Hannity for Secretary of State. Oh god. Of all, I thought this was gonna be Tulsi. Or if she had the votes, but seriously, Pete Hegseth? I can't get over this. So people are saying it's good though?
I guess.
I don't know. Apparently one of the privatized parts of the VA. Well, that's a good sign. Not. Why isn't he Veterans Affairs? Yeah, he should be Veterans Affairs then. What the hell? He's clearly just picking loyalists of people who are freaking out they don't support every opinion they hold. Well, yeah, I can understand why people are freaking out because it's like, who? I thought chat was kidding about that. No, they actually picked this guy? Tulsi probably Veterans Affairs. I would have preferred her in Secretary of State or something, but we can't get everything, I guess. But this one came out of nowhere. This is just, I don't get it. I really do not get this decision. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know this one. Sam Brown for VA. Yeah, it'd probably be Sam Brown. Wow, I'm just... Of course it happened when we're live. The most random person possible is picked as the Secretary of Defense. I just, wow. Very interesting move by Trump. That's all I'm going to say. Mike for 2. At this point, make Judge Gianni the next SCOTUS. Oh, gosh.
Judge Judy or
Judge Gian from Fox.
Oh.
Genie or whatever.
Janine Pirro or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess.
Get everyone involved. Hey, everyone's part of the cabinet now.
I mean, Janine Pirro, I guess she could be. I don't know. It wouldn't surprise
so.
me if she came up.
I think it's with Ted Cruz. That's my take.
I don't know. I mean, that'd be nice. But
I think it's with Ted Cruz. He's wanted to be on the Supreme Court for a while, so.
Yeah, but he's also wanted to be president for a while. So.
Yeah, but I think he's going to realize he has no pathway in the future.
Probably.
I mean, like, can Ted Cruz beat Vance in a primary? I don't think so.
Oh, no, I highly doubt it.
Yeah, that's a problem. Like, he might win Texas, and that's about it. Even then, that might be a stretch. Hold up. Press secretary. Did they announce someone as press secretary? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Hold up. What? People are saying RFK is press secretary. I don't believe that. Now people are trolling.
Yeah, that's probably fake.
Yeah, I'm looking at nothing. I'm not seeing anything. Source me. Yeah, there's nothing. So, yeah, that's fake. Guys, don't lie about stuff like that. This is a critical time. We gotta figure out who's who. But no, you get freaking lies about, oh, it's gonna be, RFK as press secretary. Steve Bannon. What the
Steve Bannon probably wouldn't be the worst, but...
I think Alex Jones. Go with Alex Jones for the memes.
Yeah, what do you have to lose?
I mean, yeah, what do you have to lose, honestly? American Nerd for 5. This is more random than the norm one. Just because someone's from the military doesn't mean they should run the Pentagon. Also, isn't Pete a neocon? Yeah, probably. Man, this is a weird one. Joe Biden as press secretary. Break it. RFK Jr. announces press secretary with Steve Bannon. That's real. Alex Jones for press secretary. Yeah, it's gotta be. Come on, Alex Jones. Come on, for the memes. I mean, he's not gonna have a job anymore. Well, I think he will still, but like, his company's cooked. Just try someone fun like that to see what happens. We'll see. We'll see. Breaking. Baby dog banned at Senate. Yeah, what's it about Jim Justice's dog or something?
Oh yeah, apparently, I guess dogs aren't allowed on the Senate floor.
That's
So
cringe. Come on. Come on. Jim Justice was elected with him. Like, that's unbelievable. Like, really? Mike Finn for 2. Also, John Ratcliffe for CIA director. Yeah, that one I like. That's a really good one. But I don't get this one at all. I don't get it. This one to me just seems like a Trump decided, you know what? Pull a name out of the hat and see what happens. And, well, very random. Breaking. Chris Christie appointed leader of Department of Health.
okay, that'd be funny. That's fine.
Let's see. Theo Vaughn is press secretary. Maybe.
Probably not.
Yeah, the GOP must change that rule about the dogs. That's stupid. Like, come on. Let the dog cook. Just let the dog in the Senate floor. What's the worst it's gonna do? Like, honestly.
I don't know, bite Bernie Sanders or something.
A bite socialist or whatever. All right.
This dog bites communists.
Jim Justice will skip Senate sessions 99% of the time. Oh yeah, he probably will. He's gonna show up like once in a while. But yeah, he's not gonna do much, I don't think. He's just a placeholder.
Probably so.
Handing it for press secretary will be equally as funny. Oh gosh, he would ramble on for hours about himself. At least Alex Jones, it would be like, oh yeah, he rambles on about like some conspiracies for 3 hours, but with Hannity, it's like, no one wants that. What does that, what, does he need that dog? No, everyone likes the dog. There's nothing wrong with the dog. Surely. Scratch Sniff Vomit for 2. Breaking Brick Suit Guy named head of the HHS. That's real. God, there's just some random people I can think of now. If we're picking Hegseth or whatever, I don't know. Just very random. Hold up. We have some breaking news, I think. Yeah, it looks like hold up. Yeah, it looks like the Georgia Democrat chairwoman has resigned.
Oh.
Yep, it looks like she just resigned. Oh, it took you long enough. Apparently, John Ossoff forced her out. Really? Ossoff was the one that forced her out? What?
Gee, I wonder who's going to replace her.
If it's Stacey Abrams.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be Stacey Abrams.
No.
I think they're probably just saying, you know what, you blew your last election, so I don't know, maybe we'll let you be Democrat chair or something. I don't know.
That's real. All right. Ben Sinnix for 2.
So they'll probably run like a mayor of Atlanta or something for governor event.
Let's see here. BB for 2. I can't read the first part. I'm open to Higgsbeth. I don't know. Ben Sinnix for 2. Joe Biden for press secretary. American Nerd for 5. Rap, should we be worried about Trump's picks now? Because I'm starting to get worried. Also, don't let baby dog near secretary know him. Well, I just think right now, it's either been very good or like very questionable. So, that's my take. What's a backstory for the speakership dumpster fire? It started when the Republicans barely kept the House in 2022, and they started pointing fingers. That's when the shit show started. And now they have not resolved it. So we have to deal with it now. Big problem. Big problem. Breaking. Fox News calls Arizona chair for Stacey Abrams. Real. Alright, Stacey Abrams with Georgia Democrat chair. But, like, yeah, like, why would you pick Stacey Abrams?
Because she's a black woman, and apparently she's the reason Biden won the states, so they're probably hoping to well, again, they've credited her for Biden's win in 2020 in Georgia, so...
Which it wasn't, but, okay.
So basically, in their point of view, they want to recreate it.
I argue it's Warnock. I think Warnock did it, but we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, but Warnock's a senator, so you can't exactly take him out. Or maybe you could, I don't know, it'd be nice. But, I mean, it's probably why, I mean, I would say, if anything, that's probably why Democrats will probably win Georgia in 2028.
Yeah, I think Warnock is just a turnout machine. I think he's the real reason they've turned that they want it, but
Well, yeah, I mean, he's the pastor of Martin Luther King's church.
yeah. So I mean,
Like,
he has some sway then. So
if anybody's going to probably be a turnout machine, it's going to be him.
yeah. Quantum football for 10. Are you going to eventually go back to the thing you used to do, making videos with the House districts that we should primary the most? You know, it didn't really work last time, but we might. We'll see.
I mean, we probably have some primary targets for 2026. Wink, wink, Dan Crenshaw.
Yeah. Hopefully he goes down, which I don't think he will, but then he almost
Yeah,
lose
because I
this
don't know.
time.
I mean, Jameson Ellis almost won that time. So
Yeah, like he came out of nowhere. He only lost by what was it, like 5?
no, not 5. I think it was like by 15 or something.
Still, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Like, considering he had no money and really his campaign was kind of just a meme, he actually did pretty good. Can we replace MTG with a Democrat already? Listen, she did awful. How much did she win by this time? Let's see.
I don't even know if it was 30.
She won by 29. Never 29 points.
29. Holy man.
How much did Trump win this district by?
Probably 40.
She's gotta go. She's gotta freaking go, because this is just getting ridiculous. What does she add? Before 2022, she was useful. Now she's just what? What has she done the past 4 years? Anything?
Big fights.
Basically, start fights with a Boebert on the House floor, and that's it. So this is dumb. Oh my gosh, I'm just looking more at these House results. These are just pathetic. Like, seriously, I don't think there's a single Republican that outran Trump anywhere outside of like some very unique circumstances. She's a schizophrenic. Well, yeah, but then like she's lost her mind and then she's doing weird stuff. Who knows? Not a good combination. Not a good combination whatsoever. She's a schizophrenic, so she's got my support.
Real.
Hey, Rap, I was wondering because I thought justice may have needed for emotional or medical support, which, by the way, it's illegal not to admit those type of dogs. Well, I don't know why. I don't think so, but maybe with how bad Justice's health is probably, it really is, that might not be insane to say that. Because I don't think Justice is going to last 6 years. Honestly, I don't think he will. But, let's see. MTG is embarrassing. Wow. Tell me this for the first time. MTG, of course she's embarrassing. Like, that's not a surprise. She's done nothing for us. Has she done a single thing since she got elected in 2020? A single thing.
Who? Oh, MTG?
Yeah.
No.
So, what's the point?
Oh, by the way, breaking news. Dan Newhouse has been called a winner in Washington's 4th.
Oh, come on. How did Newhouse...
Democrats crossed over to vote.
Oh, yeah. Well,
impeach Trump.
But this is just ridiculous. Come on.
So I'm just going to say he's unbeatable.
Oh, we're stuck with him forever.
Yeah.
This sucks. We're stuck with this
and
club forever.
The only way that he's beatable is if they abolish the system that they have. Which even then probably wouldn't even go into effect until 2028 at the earliest.
They got, like, I hate this primary system. I understand it for, like, special elections, but really? For House races? Which, by the way,
I think they could try to get rid of it, but even if they do,
I don't think they can.
Newhouse probably, even if they were successful at it, Newhouse would probably still be stuck.
And I just realized something.
I think he'd probably still be stuck around until like 2028.
Hold on.
So,
K-Cup for 2. MTG fills the girl boss GOP role. Yeah, she does. I just realized something. Joe Kent lost by 4 points. Our candidate in Washington 8th, the more Democrat seat, lost by 8. So Joe Kent only did 4 points better than... Oh my gosh. That's bad.
Oh, by the way, Jared Moskowitz says on Twitter about the Jim Justice stuff.
What did he
say? There will be a meeting of the dog caucus to fight this injustice.
Well, I mean, that's just stupid. Just have the dogs in the House. Who cares? Or the Senate.
I feel like Jared may actually start working with Republicans more to be.
Well, he might be forced to.
Well, I'm guessing. I mean, I feel like he's always seemed like kind of a nice guy-ish. I don't know.
Yeah, he's like a nice guy, but like, I think what's happened, and hold on, let me read the super chat. Glitch Evie for 2, breaking news, baby dog assassinated by Noam. But yeah,
Oh
so
no.
here's what I'll say, though. Here's what I think's going to happen. And this is something I want to hear people's takes on. I really believe we're going to see a bunch of more Democrats openly go against their own party the next couple of years and actually work with Trump. I
No,
really believe we're going to see
Fetterman.
that. What?
Fetterman for sure. Fetterman for sure.
I think Fetterman. I think people like Tom Suozzi already talked. Seth Moulton, of all people, even. He's saying some stuff.
Oh yeah, Moulton, I think, apparently got punished by like a university or something.
I think he's done. I think he's getting primaried out. They're already pissed. I mean, one thing he said, they're going to try to get rid of him.
Yeah, so they may actually, like, I don't know. I mean, he could be forced to apologize, and then Hakeem Jeffries basically keeps him on a leash.
No, listen, if Seth Moulton's real, he doesn't back down. And he even said he's not backing down. But yeah, so I think what's going to happen the next couple of years is for the first time in a while, you're going to see actual, like, bipartisanship. From Democrat, not the bipartisanship that the Democrats are pushing with Biden. What I think they're going to do is these Democrats are realizing that Trump has a lot of sway in these districts now. He has a ton of support now, everywhere, not just in red areas, but it's clear that he has a broad appeal. And a lot of these voters, they like Trump. So I think it's going to happen. A lot of Democrats like Tom Suozzi, let's see here, Fetterman probably. Who's another one? The Florida guy, of course, a couple in New York even. I do think.
I mean, as far as senators, I guess Baldwin, just to keep her image.
Yeah. So there's a couple here and there. I think they're going to
work. And probably Slotkin, too. I think Slotkin might be kind of forced to.
Maybe Gallego on immigration? Maybe
I think Gallego will probably try to.
Again, this doesn't mean they're going to be like 80% Trump voters, but like it just means they're going to actually want to work with Republicans sometimes to get some stuff done. Komodoshkin for 2. Do you think Johnson will be removed? I don't think so. Unless Trump says so.
Oh yeah, Cuellar too.
Cuellar. Yeah, Cuellar's another one. I think, and the con from the 34th, Gonzalez, he might be forced to now.
Don Davis.
Yeah, there's some that, hey, they might just say, okay, you know what, Golden, another one. Yeah, so these are Democrats. They Perez,
Perez, Marie Perez.
Maybe the Central Valley Republicans or Democrats. Maybe.
I think Marie Perez probably will too.
Yeah, so again, when I'm saying they're going to work with Trump, that doesn't mean they're going to be 100% Trump voters. It just means that, hey, they're going to actually vote the way they're going to vote, not just because
Democrats also probably Peltola if RCV ends up putting her over the top.
So these people, I think they're going to work with Trump and Republicans to get stuff done, which I think is a positive. And when I say bipartisanship, I'm not talking about when Biden was president, or he's still president, but like, you know, the bipartisan border deal. No, not that type of bipartisanship. I'm talking about, hey, we can come together to actually fix the border. We can come together to fix inflation.
Someone else to name, Chris Murphy from Connecticut.
Maybe.
Because he's been kind of acting bipartisan. And also a hot take, because not MTG, AOC's been posting, like, stuff on her story to try to appeal to Trump voters. Like, I guess try to get their honest opinions.
Yeah, like Trump AOC voters.
Yeah, and then like, oh yeah, Trump voters, what podcast do you listen to? Is there a possibility? I mean, this could either be, you know, prepping for a presidential run, which I think she will run for president, but could she also try to work with Trump on some stuff?
She might.
I guess,
like maybe reducing like medical costs, maybe.
And maybe Bernie could even try to work with Trump.
Well, Bernie did not look happy. He's pissed off with Dems right now. So I mean,
yeah, rightfully so. I mean, he's basically
his coalition he built up. They blew it up. So.
And I think Democrats are even like attacking him.
Yeah. Again, chat, when I'm saying they're going to work with Trump, that doesn't mean it's be 100% with Trump. It just means there'll be specific issues, I think, we can actually get stuff done. So, Scratch Sniff Vomit for 5. Won't be surprised if Big Pharma is lobbying hard as fuck to push out RFK from being included in Trump's cabinet. Definitely infiltrated the Trump campaign at this moment. Well, no, RFK's be like an advisory role, where it's like he's not confirmed, but like, he's still there, and they can't get rid of him. American Nerd for 5. Rap. I do think a couple Democrats like Fetterman will work with Trump, but they'll be as the majority of the party as TDS, I think, clearly. Well, yeah, the majority of the party still think Trump is like, you know who.
H-word.
Yeah. Hudson Dean for 2. What do you think of Bongino as Secret Service director? I like that pick. He was the first one to call it the bullshit. So, Mike for 2. Peter Ducey for press secretary would be perfect. I don't know. I like Ducey, but we'll see. Sophia Lotkis for 2. Trump announced Elon and Vivek for Doge. Oh, we got breaking news. Hold up. Actually, that's real. We got breaking news, everyone. Yep. This is huge. It's official. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy will be in the administration. Vivek also? Yeah, it's Vivek.
So Vivek will not be in the Senate, at least.
Yeah, it looks like he's not running. Yeah, so right now, I am pleased to announce that the great Elon Musk, working in conjunction with American patriot Vivek Ramaswamy, will lead the Department of Government Efficiency, aka Doge. I love it. So yeah, it's official. We have a government efficiency department now. Now, is it gonna be an official thing? Like, are they gonna form a new like secretary position?
Maybe.
So I agree with this. We need someone like this. We need someone to actually figure this out, because Vivek was one of the first people to bring up on the debate stage, hey, we got to start with like fixing the budget properly, not just say, oh, we're going to cut spending. That's it. No, actually look at the root problems of government corruption and where this money's going.
Doge Secretary Vivek Ramaswamy.
Doge Secretary. Of course. You knew Elon when he was involved. It was going to be like some name like that. You knew it. I knew it to be Doge. That's a real position. It's now a real position. And I think this is a good thing, because we need someone to actually look at where the money's going. Where is the regulations going? Like, what's going on here? Because then that's what Elon said he wanted to do. He wanted to cut spending, I believe. Like, a lot. And go through the government waste. Mike for 2, Lamau Dogecoin is going to skyrocket now. Oh yeah, that's going to go crazy. Rap, who should be in charge of the treasury? I want Ron Paul, but he's too old. Just clone Ron Paul. Just get a younger version of him and be done. But yeah, if Ron Paul is younger, I would have picked him, but he's not. He's like,
apparently Hexef may actually, or Hexef, my bad.
What?
Apparently Hexef might be a hard person to confirm in the Senate.
Yeah, he's just such a random pick. This is a replacement for Department of Education. Maybe. Yeah, is that what they're going to do? They're just going to replace the Department of Education with this?
Maybe.
Well, I like this. I like the fact we're finally getting some real change. Like, if Trump actually goes through with this was the first time in... When was the last department formed? Was it after 9/11?
Yeah, Homeland Security.
Yeah, Homeland Security, yeah. So, I agree with this. Okay, let me read the rest of the statement. It will become potentially the Manhattan Project of our time. Republican politicians have dreamed about the objectives of Doge for a very long time. The fact that Trump is using Doge in this, well, yeah, knowing Trump, it probably is his own statement. Because we now know he actually puts out his own tweets from that one documentary. But yeah, so he's using the term Doge now. Who would have thought that he would have actually used that phrase?
Well, I mean, he's basically adopted Elon Musk into his family, so.
Yeah, I mean, that's... Who would have thought that was going to happen 2 years ago? I mean, yeah, didn't Elon vote for Biden in 2020?
Yeah. And he voted for Myra Flores because he lives in Brownsville.
All right, let's see here. To drive this kind of drastic change, the Department of Government Efficiency will provide advice and guidance from outside of government, and will partner with the White House and Office of Management and Budget to drive large-scale structural reform. Good, because you cannot just that bureau and that Office of Management. That stuff's a scam. It's wrong half the time. It's worthless. You gotta get someone worth a damn in there. So I like this. This is a actually good change. The dog meme is pleased. Yeah, he is. Vivek or even someone like Doug Burgum should do something that has to do with business. I think Burgum's either going to be energy secretary or something related to tech. Because then wasn't he in tech for a while?
I think so.
Yeah, he was with Microsoft, or he sold a company to Microsoft. I'm not seeing this Elon post anywhere. This is from Eric Daughtry. So, this looks real. I can double check though. Let's see if it's maybe. I guess it could be bullshit. We'll see. But looks real to me. Looks like something Trump statement would be. Yep, it's official. Yep, it's real. We're actually getting Doge in the government. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I don't get it. I just cannot believe we're getting Elon Musk as the head of Doge. I cannot believe
Also, Cenk Uygur literally tweeted out a couple hours ago that he thinks Trump or Elon Musk are more likely to come on the Young Turks than any Democratic leader.
Well, they are. Trump's only going to any podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many podcasts did you get? Like, was it 30? It was some crazy amount.
I mean, Theo Vaughn, Adin Ross,
Joe Rogan. There's a bunch that, like, Logan Paul, he was on.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and when you include, like, last year also, he's been on a ton. J.D. Vance went on a bunch.
Pretty sure Logan Paul was a Democrat, too, for a while.
I mean, whoever thought of that, which I think it was Barron Trump, they said. He was, like, in charge of that.
Yeah.
Like, that's an ingenious decision. I mean, it's just like, yeah, young men in particular listen to those podcasts. And just go on them to talk with these people. And it worked. I mean, what was it, like, they shifted, like, 30 points right? It was some crazy swing with young men.
Oh, yeah, I think the young men, 1824, like, they may have had the biggest shift out of, like, any demographic group.
Yeah, it was some crazy.
Out of, like, Hispanic men or something.
Was it, like 35 points?
Yeah, probably.
It was some crazy swing. Let's see here. K-Cup for 2. Breaking. Noam opposes Department of Doge. Of course Noam doesn't like it. Of course. Surely.
Yeah, I wonder why that is.
Trump should have Chunk Yogurt as press secretary. Yeah, hey, go on his podcast.
Reasonable.
Go on his podcast, why not?
It was reasonable. It was bullshit. Yeah, Chunk Yogurt. We all love Chunk Yogurt, don't we?
Yeah. He's a good meme. And it seems like the Young Turks, though, is like having a rightward shift, especially, what's her name?
Anna Kasparian probably voted for Trump.
Oh, yeah, she probably did. The other ones, they might have just not voted. So. Breaking. Pope Francis will be the next CIA director. That's real. Yeah, and speaking of podcasts, it turns out now Harris spent a bunch of money on those podcasts.
Oh yeah, she also spent like a shit ton of money on like the
Beyonce, Cardi B. I mean, tens of millions of dollars down the drain. It was so crazy. It was like one podcast I think they spent $1 million on. It's like, what? You spent money going to podcast? And Oprah got like paid $2 million. It's like, really? That's where the money went to? Going on Oprah? Which, by the way, the funniest thing about this election was there's only one demographic that shifted towards Harris. Let me pull this chart up. Take a guess which demographic shifted Republican or Democrat. Just take a guess. Let me pull this up here for chat. Let me zoom in on this.
It's the Richmond or for Richmond, guys.
Jackson Bastard 5. Guys, remember Tulsi's still active duty. She can't be put in a really big position like we want. Oh, she's still active duty?
I guess that might be true.
Yeah, I thought she's reserves. Well, no, wait, would that count? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I looked this up. Someone found this out. The only demographic that shifted Democrats were old, white, college-educated urban men.
Not even women, but the men.
Like I said, the old, white, college-educated boomers were the only demographic that shifted towards Harris. That's it.
Those are your, I'm a lifelong Republican.
Yeah, that's who they are. These are freaking women. Old white women swung Republican. This is just insane. That's what the chart says. And they barely shifted Democrat. Like, postgraduate shifted 4 points Dem. White urban shifted 4 points Dem. And the most Republican shift came from black men. 25 points Republican. Wow. Young non-whites, they shifted 21 points. 18 to 29, 21 points. Non-white, non-college men, 21 points. Jeez. Holy smokes. Yeah, that's why Trump won. And that's why New Jersey was within 7. This is a good chat. These are creepy professors. That's one Democrat. And speaking of, didn't the Democrats run an ad, like, making fun of, like, Republicans for being weird or something?
Probably so.
Yeah, I remember watching that and, like, I reacted to it live. I remember.
I'm a man. I'm a manly man,
Oh, gosh.
and I voted for Kamala Harris.
Those are the voters they appealed to. That's it.
I'm a manly man, and I voted for Kamala Harris.
Average to simp. Yeah. This is...
I'm basically referring to that one ad with, like, the one scrawny guy.
Oh, yeah, the guy that turned out to be, like, a Democrat or something.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure all of them were Democrats, like actual Democrats.
No, I remember there was one ad, not the guy from Alabama. That guy's a hack. There was one, I remember it was a separate guy. They claimed he was a lifelong Republican that voted for Trump, but flipped after January 6th. Turns out he was never a Republican, voted Democrat his entire life. So, it's all a big scam with these people. Alright, hey Rap, do you plan to stream on the opening day of the 119th Congress? Yes. That's a plan.
Yeah, and I guess we'll stream, like, the speaker fights and all of that.
Oh, that's gonna suck. Not again. Now we're gonna hear all those long speeches from,
Al Green.
No, not again. That was terrible. And then, like, the
I rise to vote for my brother from Brooklyn, the king of the black men. Black Lives Matter.
Al Green.
Hakeem, Brooklyn boy.
Jeffries. I mean, we're gonna end up with something like that, watch. It's gonna be something, it'll take forever, and there'll be like a speakership fight. There's like 2 Republicans that vote against Johnson, we're stuck. Oh, that's gonna be terrible. Because you need a majority. You need a legitimate majority of the House to vote for the speaker. Well, we're just screwed at that point. Not Al Green. Yeah, I'm getting flashbacks. I remember how bad that was. That was terrible. Hakeem Jeffries. There's a lot of, like, they just kept going on and on. It's like, and then the worst part, I always hate this, when they clap for themselves. When Kevin McCarthy's like Kevin McCarthy and they clap. I hated that. It's just dumb. Waste of time.
But they'll probably do it for Mike Johnson.
Well, they did. So. They did.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Trial by combat for the House Speaker. Real. Just listen, Mike Johnson, he has one chance. If he screws up, he's gone. But K-Cup for 2. That voters was Lars from Wisconsin from the billboards. Nancy Pelosi nominated for Dinosaur State. Real. We need a speaker by January 6th so Trump can get certified. That's the one concern I got. They can't piss around because they got to certify the election. Because that's January 6th. That's the official thing. Now, do Democrats challenge that, by the way? Or no?
I mean, they will challenge the election, yeah.
Well, anyways. They won't resign until after inauguration. Arizona has sent Gallego to Washington, and what has Lake been up to? Lake is... I don't think he said a single word yet. I don't think nothing.
I mean, she'll file her lawsuits, but...
It's freaking wasting money and time. It's over, you lost! I mean, like, seriously, this is stupid. If she files her lawsuits, like, no. But how long until she announces her run for governor again? Because we know what's going to happen.
Probably after she realizes that it's no use.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen where she's going to run. She's going to run again. She's going to keep running. And the only one that can stop her is Trump. Trump's the only one that can step in and say, no, get out of here. But will he? I don't know. BB for 2. Elon and Vivek leading Department of Efficiency. Yep, we saw that. They're leading the Department of Efficiency. Doge. Think there's something shady. Wow, okay. Pennsylvania Senate, we got it. Guys, it's over. It's done. There's a big lawsuit, I know, but it looks like we're fine.
It'll go to a recount, but...
Yeah. McCormick won. There's nothing else to say here. It's gonna be funny seeing Harris certify her loss. Oh yeah, that's right. She has to certify her own defeat.
Mm-hmm.
Last one was Al Gore, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
Al Gore, then Nixon, I think.
212 votes for.
Oh gosh, she's gonna when they get to like Arizona. Okay, she can have that weird laugh.
Or what if she like? Well, she's either, like I said, she's either gonna cackle the whole time or cry the whole time.
What if she just doesn't show up?
I mean,
what would happen? Like, I'm actually curious. What would happen in that situation? Like, if she doesn't show up, I honestly don't know. Would the president of the Senate get it then? Or what's the name? Oh, what's the name of the old guy in the Senate?
pro tempore.
Yeah, would he certify it then?
I guess.
Pence certified his loss. Well, that doesn't count. He was not the president, or wasn't the nominee. So, let's see. Harris certifying her own defeat will be hilarious, just like Trump and Biden's meeting tomorrow. Yeah, I'm curious. That means it'll be hilarious. It's just like
Biden's got to be smiling the whole time.
Oh yeah,
it'll be funny.
And you know damn well when those cameras like go away, like they get out of the Oval Office, they're just gonna start laughing. They're just gonna start laughing.
Hey, remember when I called your supporters garbage?
Yeah, it's a great conspiracy. It's like the
I
meme.
I did that for you, man.
Oh my gosh, I would love to see that conversation. The amount of shit talking would be glorious.
Hey, thank you for calling my supporters garbage. That really helped me. No problem, man.
That would be just hilarious. That'd be beautiful.
It seems like Melania is kind of being the petty one, though.
Well, that's true. Biden probably voted for Trump. Yeah. Oh, damn it. Christie will be the Secretary of Department of Homeland Security. Damn it, Trump confirmed it.
Oh, they confirmed it?
Damn it! We get stuck with no one? Seriously? Come on! Put her in, like, Interior.
AP's called it George Whiteside's wins. George Whiteside beats
I saw that.
Mike Garcia.
We're getting stuck with Christie. No, listen, as long as she's just a figurehead, or the face of it, not like the actual person. Like, Tom Homan's gonna be in charge of that, I would assume. But, like,
yeah.
Come on! Get someone decent in there. Damn. This better not be an official thing.
Tuberville and Murkowski are kind of weary on Hegseth. Tuberville will probably vote for him, but...
No, Murkowski won't vote for none of them, watch. She'll vote for nothing.
That's okay, we got John Fetterwoman.
Fetterwoman. Mike Dredd for 2. What is your final house count prediction? I'm saying 221 right now.
I think so.
Did Michelle steal
a job? Although the 45th in California is getting tight.
I think she barely holds on. We'll see. Hide your dogs. Man, I wanted someone decent. Like, I know it's just gonna be a figurehead because Tom Homan's really running it, which that's what Trump's gonna do. He's gonna round the official positions by just.
I just saw a tweet from Brian Lewis saying that Trump has yet to announce his confirmation of Kristi Noem.
That aged like piss. That aged like piss. Damn it, Brian. Damn it.
Oh yeah, he's probably seething right now as we speak.
I don't know. Well,
but I get it. You know, I mean, he's from South Dakota. He hates Kristi Noem.
Well, everyone with a brain does.
Yeah, except unless you religiously watch Fox News, but
yeah, because you would think, oh, she's like the second coming or something.
Oh yeah, she's. Oh yeah, South Dakota. Yeah, because she has all those South Dakota ads, and
which are.
I think they're still playing all over Fox
are.
now.
Let's see here. Duarte must win. That's be close. The fact that
we're not going to know that till like Thanksgiving.
The fact that Duarte's struggling that bad, despite how Trump did in the Central Valley, like, did he literally flip like a bunch of the Central Valley? Yeah, he did.
He might have won the Fresno seat, to be honest.
He's up by 6 in Fresno right now. Holy smokes!
Oh, I don't know. There might be a lot of like mail-in votes.
There are, but like, even if they shift like 5 points down, he's won it. He's up by 6 right now. Let's see. Josh Harder is a white dude for Harris wannabe. Well, Harder, I mean, that's a close one. I don't know how that's gonna go. Jim Costa, same deal. Why is... Oh, never mind. They counted votes in the 21st. Damn it! So much for that.
Yeah, I think
strategy.
they're counting like one dump a day. That's stupid. For like what, the next 2 weeks?
American Nerd for 5. Rap, I heard that Melania stubbed Jill Biden of an invitation to wouldn't be at the White House when Trump goes tomorrow. Does she hate the Bidens? Probably. So Cowboy Coyote for 5. Question: do y'all watch Mr. Jones? Do y'all believe in the deep states? Listen, my opinion on Alex Jones is simple. You may disagree with what he said in the past or whatever. That's up to you. What's happening to him is a disgrace. That's just my take. So, but yeah, the establishment's bad. All right, Jim Costa needs to challenge 2026 with real money. Yeah, I mean, how is he barely winning? By 4? That's pathetic.
He's up by 1, Costa.
No, he's up by 4 now.
New York Times still has him up by 1.
Well, this is just they just updated it.
Okay, how much is in on Decision Desk? What percentage?
75%.
Okay, all right. New York Times has 66.
Damn.
Okay, now they've updated it. 77.
Yeah, it's
okay. So we can call it. Costa's 1 in the 21st.
It came close. Hey Rap, you going to the inauguration? No, we'll stream it though. We'll stream the inauguration. That's in January, man. That's still a couple months away.
Okay, so Duarte remains in the 60s. Oh my god,
Dude, it's getting closer now. Oh no, he's done. Are we gonna end up with 220? With all the work Trump did. Hold on, let me.
We have a 2-seat majority, and that's not even close to rhino proof.
These incompetent assholes.
We are so losing the House in 26. It's not even funny.
You better hold the Steele. Steele's only up by 1.5 now. Oh my gosh, he's no.
So we may have a 218 majority.
No, we're getting 220. Because the last one.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, I guess so.
We're at 219 right now. Man, this is like what the hell
means basically, if 2 Republicans die, Jeffries becomes speakers.
Now we have the freaking. Oh no! Now we're gonna worry about the vacancies and special elections. Oh, good lord. Duarte, you better hold on. I can't believe I said this. You're our last hope in California. American Nerd for 2. House Republicans are a joke. This is a freaking joke. Trump won by 2 in the popular vote. And the best you could do is get at best 220 or at worst 220. This is a clown show. The Republican Party is a joke. And they really think this is a red wave? Honestly, how many House seats do they have right now? 230?
Republicans?
Yeah.
I think they were like 220 or something.
They should have 230 right now. With how Trump did, winning everywhere, we should be at 230. And I know there's gerrymandering. I get that. But that doesn't excuse freaking what's a good example? Miller Meeks barely winning. How? Mark Molinaro, despite being in a more Republican seat now, and Trump probably winning the seat by plus 6 points, he loses. General Hydra for 2. Trump picked as Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, man. That's pretty much old news now.
But yeah, we got Alaska, looks like, so yay. Woohoo! We beat Batola. But we can't win the Michelle Steele. How is she losing? How? What a joke. What an effing joke. We should be having a way bigger majority than this. That's the Republican Party, everyone. If the GOP were serious, they would have fought tooth and nail. Well, there is one positive, though. And I want, before we end the stream, which again, last calls for super chats, folks, and last calls for all that stuff. There is one hope. There's one hopeful spot in all of this. It sounds like Elon Musk is be spending a lot of money the next couple of years. According to Elon Musk on Twitter, the America PAC that he formed is going to do a shitload of investing in the next couple of years. They're going to spend a lot of money on Republican registrations, get out the vote operations for not just the presidency, but now the special elections and midterms. I mean, if Elon Musk is serious about this, I'll take it. Because I really do think Musk helped a lot. I really believe he helped a ton. I mean, how much money did he spend? 130 million?
I think so. I'm guessing. I don't know.
And that was for Trump. Now he's got to get these other Republicans to wake up. So, Aaron Ratliff for 2. Ron Paul could be part of Doge. Maybe as a as an advisor, maybe. But it looks like it's Vivek and Elon. Interesting choices. Very interesting. But alright, everyone. American Nerd for 3. Should Mike Johnson be blamed for the House races? No, I just think the House GOP should be blamed. They should be blamed for this. The entire body. This is pathetic. Barely winning the House.
Did we just get another call in the House?
I don't think so. Nick the Enlightened for 10. While it is too early to predict 2026, in my opinion, I could see a reverse 2022 being possible if the economy gets better and Trump achieves even half of what he's promised. Well, that's the X factor, I think. I think it comes down to what Trump does and what his approval is. If Trump is successful in getting stuff through and it actually works and he's actually popular, he might do just enough to save some of the Republicans. And of course, redistricting, that's another thing, but we'll see. But the fact
By the way,
what?
Polymarket for Ohio's Senate replacement, James Timken is the front runner, but not by a lot.
Not Timken, no. Please.
It's Timken, and then it's Timken, Van Dolan, Van Husted, and then
those are some really shit options.
Kerry, Davidson, Ramaswamy, and LaRose in that order.
All right. Mike Johnson is the best we could do. Yeah, that's the best we could do with this majority.
And Foon is front runner for Senate.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's Thune. I'm guessing it's Thune.
I mean, when you're basically second in the mid, it probably makes sense. A lot of I mean, he's still basically their leader.
And California 45th just got closer.
Yeah, I think we might actually lose that by the skin of our fucking teeth.
How?
Because Derek Tran is also. Oh, that's why.
What?
I know why. Because Derek Tran is Vietnamese.
Man, this is pathetic.
Because Democrats ran a Vietnamese. I don't think they did that time. Michelle Steele is Korean, and I think this is a predominantly Vietnamese area.
Come on, Steele, hold on. You just need a little bit more. Come on. Gotta win one more vote dumping you won, please.
Because I don't know, it's Garden Grove in that district, because if Garden Grove is in that district, that's a very Vietnamese area.
This is pathetic. Trump did all
so identity politics may have actually played a role. If Steele goes down, identity politics is a big issue, is a big thing. Because the Vietnamese are basically voting for their own.
Trump put in all this effort to get a 2-seat majority.
Okay, so here's the thing. If Steele goes down, Republicans need to run. Okay, I can confirm I can confirm California's 45th. Garden Grove is in that district. Garden Grove is very Vietnamese.
So if we lose the 45th, we gotta run the table.
So Republicans need to run a Vietnamese. Republicans have to run a Vietnamese candidate. Have to.
And for Luke, we're screwed in California.
Yeah, Michelle Steele may actually.
Michelle Steele's about to go down.
I think
Duarte, he's not looking good either. So we might end up with a 2-seat majority. If we end up with 220, despite all the work Trump put in, I'm be pissed. This is ridiculous.
Hey, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't have had the House Freedom Caucus being a bunch of idiots and making us look like a joke, trying to shut down the government and voting out one of our speakers, Kevin McCarthy. That probably wasn't the best idea, because it just makes the House look divided as shit. Just saying that.
Nick the Enlightened Nick the Enlightened for 5. All I could say is I never want to hear a peep from the electability crowd ever again. Yeah, those idiots are just done. Their candidates were underperforming Trump everywhere, so I don't want to hear them ever again. That
I
whole
guess
argument's
hopefully Derek
dead.
Tran can be a moderate. I mean, he's representing
Well,
Orange County,
that's the thing that
so
might save us. If those Democrats like Perez, Suozzi are actually like going to work with us, like actually, it might be enough to have a real majority. So
we also might be able to make a call into 47 if I think Mina's won.
damn it! I was talking to people, they felt they had it. But,
I think he might have went up. Yeah, I think he went from mean +1 to mean +1.8.
yeah, it's over.
Yeah, so that's
This is a very sad
right.
day. Very sad.
The West is fallen.
Uh,
Society has collapsed.
Yeah. But all right, everyone, I think we're going to end the stream here. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down
Right
below.
when I come back.
Well, it's been 2 hours.
I know, dude. I was surprised you guys were still alive. I was like, there's
there's
no
lots to
way
get
they're
to.
still alive.
So basically, our House majority, honestly, we probably would have lost our House majority had we not flipped Colorado's 8th and the 2 seats in Pennsylvania.
We wouldn't have.
And one in Michigan.
We wouldn't have kept. All because Trump put
and
the
help Fuller. Yeah.
All because Trump outranked these idiots. They gotta go away. These consultants gotta get fired. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
These consultants gotta go. The fact that this is it, a 2-seat majority.
Yeah. Marjorie Taylor Greene, if you're listening to us, please run for Senate. We'd be so owned.
Yeah.
We love. We want you to be Georgia's senator, not Ryan O'Brien Kemp.
That's real.
Please.
All right, everyone. I think we're ending the stream here. This is stupid. This is dumb.
Yeah, Large Marge and Massey now have the ability to like stop us from getting a speaker.
You know the funniest thing about all this is? This proves that MAGA is more electable.
At least Trump is. Not because like all these like MAGA freedom. We need to distinguish. The Freedom Caucus is not MAGA. They're two very different things. And I think that needs to be shown. And like all those candidates in 2022 were not actual MAGA. Those were just like schizophrenics that were kind of LARPing as Trump people.
Yeah, but this time all the people losing are moderates. All the people that sunk
I wouldn't say Garcia was a moderate. Garcia was definitely, he wasn't like a Freedom Caucus.
Garcia was kind of overrated. Like he voted like a moderate at some points.
DeRaymer was a moderate that went down.
Yeah,
DeRaymer. To be fair, she kind of won off a fluke because that district was like Biden +8 or something. Like she wasn't going to win in a presidential year.
Yeah, we'll see.
Like here was the issue. In 22, we just picked up so many like solid blue seats, and we didn't pick up a lot of like red leading seats. And then those red leading seats this time around have actual popular incumbent Dems who won, and then we lost a bunch of those super blue seats. That's what happened.
All right. I think we're ending the stream here. If everyone did enjoy today's... What? All right. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Yeah, this is pathetic. A 2-seat majority right now. That's what we're looking at. Unbelievable. But hopefully we have to bank on Perez being a real moderate. So, but all right, we'll see you guys.
Or Suozzi.
And Suozzi. And there's others we talked about. All right, we'll see you guys in the next stream, video, or wherever you see me at. Godspeed.